Bada bing, bada boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about creatures from a different age. Dragons. It is I, the ultimate Kahuna, your intrepid host, here to captain our ship aboard the Iron Seas. On our way, let's hope we don't encounter dragon fire as we discuss HBO's House of the Dragon, based on the book and histories of George R.R. Martin in the book Fire and Blood, talking about the Targaryen history of conquerors and rulers in all of Westeros. Welcoming to the show, of course, is my very lovely captain, A.C Pritchard, and Draco.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Iron Seas. This week, we decided to do a season of something because we had enough time.
On the Discord recently, we did a little watch along of the entire season 1 of House of the Dragon, and I'm going to say something a little controversial. I liked season 1 better than season 2 for a couple of reasons. Season 2 goes hard in some respects, but there is something very important. Season 1 sticks closer to the vision of the story as George saw it and wrote it. I really enjoyed season 1 of House of the Dragon, and it was fun getting to watch it over with Draco and AC right here. You definitely didn't fall asleep along the way, AC, correct? Obviously.
Yes, I was awake the whole time. Yep.
Definitely didn't fall asleep. Not once. What about you, Draco? Had you seen it before watching it with us?
I've only seen reactions and stuff and reviews. This was the first time actually just watching it straight.
It's different. It hits different when you actually watch it, I think.
Yeah. And aside from the last 2 episodes, I have to say I did somewhat enjoy it. Somewhat.
Yes, it does deviate from the source material a little bit. That, and then it obviously there are some elements of the story that are not to the taste of everybody. I don't love incest to begin with, but it does speak to a certain realism in history, and at least it maintains the internal realism of the world of Westeros, which George has created.
Fitting. Cleopatra is a product of incest. People like to say she's black, but no, she was Greek and a product.
Tremendously Greek, very curly hair.
Yeah,
there was one royal family too that did it to the point, the Habsburgs, because there was the whole Habsburg job. thing. They developed this weird, unique Habsburg jaw.
Yeah, it's this weird kind of growth. You can see it, and depicted in art. Yeah. Though I think they lessen it a little bit. They make it look a little more heroic most of the time. That and then because the like the royal families of certain medieval countries and groups, that they intermarried so often that incest was inevitable, unfortunately. And so it wasn't just one court; it was a whole bunch. Just some had it worse than others. But yeah, House of the Dragon. I see why they did it. It's like the younger version of the Queen. The young actress. She was a good choice for the. I think both actresses did a great job depicting her at different ages. And in the books, it's described as when she was young, she was quite short and very, very, very pretty in a very girlish way. And I think they nailed that visually and acting wise with her character. But as she got older, she was not as pretty in her older age as some other women, especially of the House Targaryen. And I thought they did a good job with that as well. Not knocking the actress who played older Queen. She did fine, but Princess Rhaena there.
There's actually a few scenes where the actress who plays Rhaenyra does like a phenomenal job, like very good job. And compared to how she's described in the books, I would say she's uglier in the books.
I think she is. Because they had Emma Darcy play the older version of Rhaenyra, and she's not an ugly woman. But she doesn't have the same girlish beauty of her younger years. Because in the Targaryen family, sometimes that is maintained for far too long. Also, cross-check Daemon Targaryen. He maintains a certain boyishness in his older age, even into his elder age at this point in the story.
Those Valerian genes.
Yeah, they're a little bit of crisscross. Got a little bit of that going on. It's like, man, our family tree is a circle. It's like, even reading it, I remember I was like, this is hard to keep all this straight. Yeah, this is confusing. It's like, you're my uncle, nephew, cousin, grandma.
Yeah,
I'm confused.
And I think the incest that is present is it's to highlight a few things. Like later in the season, they, when Daemon, the character Daemon, finally gets with the other main character Rhaenyra, that's basically her dad's brother. So it's like, the Targaryens do like intermarry within the family, and in real life, intermarriages within the family actually happen more than you think. It's like that particular instance. It's like a little too close, a little too related. It's supposed to be that nod, like we mentioned, to the like people like the Habsburgs, but then also what it is it's really showing some things about the Targaryens too. Like it is like what they're trying to do is
hold on. Sorry, we got this brilliant comment here by Maji-chan. Your poll stinks. I would have picked Alduin.
Yeah.
No Skyrim dragons, Maji. You filthy Bethesda simp.
Well, besides, Alduin wasn't even a challenge.
What was the name of the other one? Like Perthalax or what?
Parthenax.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I always forget that name because I'm like, it's one syllable too long. Could have been a little simpler. But yeah, no, and one thing for sure is like, it's interesting to see the difference between the books and this. So the show does a good job in some moments of leaving things a little ambiguous, because historically in the books, its history is written by 3 or 4 different people, and some are more or less reliable, and there's theories about some events that happened, but no one really knows. Like, example, something in the book, whether Viserys said what he said and Alicent believed him or actually heard him say that and understood it the way she did, it's all conjecture in the book. And the movie or the show portrayed it, I think, in an interesting way, because it's implied that he was having a vision that she didn't understand, and she misinterpreted it, which feels
Good
right
world
for the
building.
characters that they created in the show. What do you guys think?
Those are the kind of decisions that a show like this could feasibly make in a way that's tasteful.
And I think it did that better in season 1 than season 2. It has them do a couple of things that don't make a ton of sense, in my opinion. Like they changed a couple of things. Again, we were talking about AC and I were talking about this before the show. They really try, especially season 2, but season 1 too. They tried to villainize Damon much more in the show than in the books. Draco, did you ever read Fire and Blood?
I've mostly read bits and pieces that I'm able to find, but I don't own the actual book itself. I do want it now because I want to get more details, but the more I hear about the book version, it sounds better than what they put on the show.
It's more ambiguous. It's not like reading one of the Song of Ice and Fire books. It's like reading a history written by 4 people.
Yeah, I know
I actually... Oh, go on.
No, I know there's it's like divided up between, you have Grand Maester Munkin, Septed Eustace, and Mushroom. And they're like the primary, Grand Maester Munkin's trying to put it all together, but Eustace and Mushroom are like the primary sources that they use to describe it, and they're both biased on their team.
Everyone's biased, but one of them is more reliable than the others, is basically.
Yeah. Possibly. I mean, can you say the Macers are truly reliable?
I think it depends on the subject.
Give or take.
Like, you could say Mushroom is more reliable on certain subjects than the other ones too, right?
Well, I think it's more that Mushroom may be privy to certain secrets that are not well known. But he's a somewhat unreliable storyteller as well, which confuses the whole thing. It's just like, man, some of that would make a lot of sense, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people talk around the fool, so there's a lot of stuff you wouldn't get, like what a Septon would say, or what a Septon doesn't want to say, but that doesn't necessarily make it true.
Well, it's like in the book, if I'm remembering right, he would put on makeup, and he was like he like that was just part of his act, like kind of play the clown kind of thing. I don't remember if they mentioned it in the book or not, but a lot of the paint performers used to use had heavy metals in it. So if you do it for too long, you go mad. And that's a historical thing. And I know that George would be aware of that while reading.
Yeah, it sounds likely.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like mercury in a bunch of the makeup that they used to make?
Yeah, it had like titanium and mercury, and like it messed you. Like it wouldn't do it right away because like you wouldn't leave it, you'd wash it off. But like eventually your system gets just saturated with it, and you don't have a way to remove it back then. Even now, you don't really have a way to do it. Not that effectively. Heavy metals are a bitch of a poison, dude, because you can just add a little bit over time, and then it's like chocolate in dogs. They can't do anything with it. It just builds up and ruins them. That was like, speaking of the differences, how do I describe this? I think they nailed some characters. They nailed Damon.
Yeah,
and they nailed Aemond. They nailed both of them. I think they got Viserys. They did really, really good with him.
Yep.
I mean, Viserys is completely different from what is described in the book.
I'm going to point out Maji Chan's comment. They're all corrupt sex addicts that crave power. Yes, except for Viserys, my boy. Viserys is my spirit animal. He is another one of these, what I would say, good characters. George Pepper's very rare good characters, like Sir Duncan the Tall, Jon Snow, Viserys. You know, even Viserys' father is supposed to be like super.
Yeah, Jaehaerys the First.
Yeah. So he gets it from somewhere, right? But yeah, I think Viserys stole the show in 99% of the scenes he was in. I think Paddy Considine did a fucking amazing job.
That actor, he absolutely killed it. And I do think that, like, in the books, he's described as more happy and jolly a little bit, but in some ways, like, if you're going to make a change for the show, I kind of do agree with that change to a degree, because he's the only not holding this whole thing together. after poor choice after poor choice. And that kind of strain would weigh on a man of that kind of care. And so I kind of like the direction of that change, even though the change didn't have to be as pronounced as it was.
Yeah, Viserys is definitely a tragic character, and a lot of it's just his desire not to confront a lot of things, his desire to keep his family. Is just he wanted a lot of things, but didn't have the right resolve to get it done, except like near the end.
He honestly needed to be more single-minded. Truth be told,
he was extremely complex. Yeah. Basically, let's see if I have a good picture here. Oh yeah, let's pull this bad boy up here. Let me share my screen. Basically, yeah, he absolutely lost himself in the character, Constantine, and I think he just created this like Shakespearean archetype of like this suffering king,
the tragic king.
Yeah. He didn't crave power, as Maji said. He was a bad king. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a bad guy, and only a bad king in the sense where he like wasn't ruthless.
I don't think he was a bad guy compared to his surroundings. I think some of that is relative. It's like you look at someone and by our standards, we compare them to their choice, like to the choices they had to make in the environment they had. But on the other hand, he helped create a lot of the situations and unfortunate circumstances he found himself in. Marrying in the book, 18-year-old Alicent was perhaps not quite the right choice, to say the very least.
Yeah. I think everybody's okay with them aging up characters from the book.
They didn't age her up. They aged her down.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, no, in the book, she's 18 when she gets married to Viserys, and in the show, she's portrayed as the same age as Rhaenyra.
Well, yeah, because they wanted to do the whole they were childhood friends kind of thing with Rhaenyra and Alicent, which I think overall was a mistake. That was not a good idea in hindsight.
They could have still had something of a sisterly bond in the beginning, but it would have been the only thing that would have kept it balanced was the fact that what's her face, Rhaenyra was young, and that Alicent was a bit older, but that's balanced out by the fact that one's more is royalty and the other isn't. But that changes as soon as she marries her father, and that whole dynamic is different. The beginning of this, the beginning of the first time skip, when she gives birth and she's walking up, daughter-in-law. I'm like, fuck right off, dude. Calling her daughter, dude. You're like,
yeah.
In the show, even like the same age, and in the books, it's like only 9 years, which means a lot less at some point.
I wanted Crab Feeder to be a deep one so bad, because it's like
I know you did.
While we were watching, I even brushed up on my research because I was like, well, hold on a second. Did they just misinterpret the leprosy? Are those actually fish scales? Does he wear the mask to hide like a monstrous face? I looked into it. No, he's like 100% human. That's actually like a disease, and all this. But
and also people have done skin transplants with fish skin. They do it now, actually, in some places. They still do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's only temporary, but it really works if you need to cover a large amount of exposed flesh where skin had to be done away with. The fish skin is not a horrible way to go. It doesn't last forever. And for a little bit, you can be a mermaid.
Medieval Band-Aid. For sure. Yeah. Medieval Band-Aid.
Or the forbidden Band-Aid.
I'm kind of sad they didn't do much with the Crab Feeder.
Yeah, no, he's pretty boned, but he's like, as far as bad guys on the show, Also, they did a very good job making me hate Sir Criston Cole. I hated him in the book. I hated him in the show.
Yeah,
what a cock.
He's gonna go on.
It's weird. Like, I can't hate him in the show. He's not as aggressive as he is in Fire and Blood. Like, he was the Kingmaker, and was making all these moves, and he like opposed Rhaenyra, but it's like in
well,
the show, it's like
in the book, it's implied that maybe he wasn't consensual with Rhaenyra. It's even implied, perhaps, that they never had a coupling at all, because that's left much more ambiguous. And yeah,
ironically, it's Mushroom says that no, he kept his virtue. Like Mushroom is the one defending his virtue, while except that Eustace is throwing him under the bus. Like no, he was the one that put Rhaenyra, and it was like weird.
Now it's just a visual thing, but I do want to hear what you guys think about this between Aemon and Aegon and Aemon Targaryen. The young actors who played each looked more like the other, how I picture them in my head, and then the older actors look more like how they're supposed to look. It's almost like they should have been switched, except for the age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy who played young Aemon Targaryen, he's a fine actor, did a good job. The older brother looked a lot more like Aemon when he's older, and so a little visual confusion. Not an impossible thing to happen. I've seen people look way different from ages like 14 to 18, even if I looked the same. Oh, hello, Brian. We're just talking about dragons and incest. Join us.
Join us.
It's like I can't hate Christian Cole in the show. He's just like he seems soft. It's like I don't know. I don't feel any agency from a lot of his actions. Like even what happened with Beesbury is like, oh, that was an accident, and it's like. Unlike in the book where he depending on who you believe, he either just slit his throat or threw him out the flipping window into the spikes of Maker's Holdfast, and it's like, man, this Christian Cole guy is hardcore. Like he was not going to let Rhaenyra on the throne at any cost. And like I feel like there's more of his character there, and this one is just soft, a crying pretty boy. Sad they didn't get the princess, and now he's with the queen. But otherwise, he's just an attack dog. There's nothing to him in the show.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
He said it's the highest position Cole has ever achieved, and I was speculating. Maybe it means the house is really old in the land. I looked it up. It's not.
No.
It's actually very new. So he's literally like nothing, and it makes sense why he would want to hold on to the power once he's there, and why he was corrupted after he kind of crossed that threshold of breaking his vows and his oath. Then like what really matters after that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can kind of see it, but like I don't know how I feel about the way the show brought it. He was likable at first because he came from nothing. But then it's like once he breaks his vows, it's like that's kind of crossing the Rubicon a little bit.
It's like I don't know. I just wish there was a bit more conviction in him. Like sometimes he's got it, like what he did in the training yard with Strong. Like there's like I see that character from episode 1.
See, I've read the books. That. I really like Strong. I hate Sir Kristen Cole.
Wait, which Strong are we talking about?
I like every Strong except for Laris. That vile worm dick piece of crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you how I really feel.
Fucking Clubfoot.
Yeah, also Clubfoot cannot be trusted.
The worm drag is really hard enough for this to not be my favorite dragon design. So,
Everybody.
Yeah. But that's only because Dreamfire wasn't on the list.
I almost put
there's some.
I didn't see Dreamfire in the show though, but maybe not. She's not in season 1, but Dreamfire looks beautiful in all the art I've seen.
I figured Sea Smoke because we saw Sea Smoke murk some fools on the Stepstones. Figured that was a good one. But Caraxes, isn't he portrayed as like disfigured and deformed, but it actually kind of looks a little bit more like evolution with the way he is, because if you think about it, well, when you maybe this is more of a season 2 thing, but like when the dragons get into the actual fighting, that long neck of his lets him actually, like, basically it makes all the other dragons vulnerable to him, because
Yeah,
he can
even
always-
Vagar, as large as she is, that long neck is really
Yeah.
long.
Yep. And then if you look at how Caraxes has wings on his feet. That's pretty crazy. Doesn't seem like a deformity to me. Seems like a crazy flying squirrel upgrade. That's what it
He has
seems like.
wings on his feet? Huh.
He does. He does.
I did
I'll
not
find
notice that.
Yeah, I'll find a picture. So it's little interesting things like that. Like I was saying earlier.
You're right, Draco. I forgot we didn't see Dreamfire, or at least maybe she was in the background at some point, but I don't think we ever saw Dreamfire.
I don't know, like, man, I do want to see like what Dreamfire would look like with all the CGI. Hope they keep the beauty and not like tone it down. Like,
yeah, because it was like almost supposed to be like opalescent. Yeah, a little.
I think I saw Sunfire once, and it's kind of like toned down from the golden, from the golden, and like it's supposed to be.
I think it's because they're really trying to make Aegon even worse. They're trying to have him be cruel and also incompetent, and I don't remember him being that way. I remember him being cruel. Like, I guess in the book, if my memory serves me, in the book, it was kind of an argument about whether he was just cruel or incompetent, or whether he was just unlucky. There was a lot of conjecture about all that.
Yeah, but it's like he was very power hungry in the books. In the book,
not. That is
in
true.
the show. No,
in the show.
He's pathetic in the show. Like, I can't even see him as a villain. I can see him as a bad person. He's a terrible person. But it's like, they're trying to do this sympathetic thing because like Alicent just mistreats him, and I don't know. It's like he deserves it, but it's like he doesn't deserve it. But it's like I don't know how to feel about Aegon. It's like he's not like the same thing with Cole. He's not power hungry. He's being led around by Otto and the Clubfoot.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't even know how to feel about him. Like, you want me to think he's a terrible person, but it's like, yeah.
I have a thought on the family stuff really quick though. Do you see the wings on the feet?
Yep, I have. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
dude. So I think I just have a thing for red dragons because my other favorite is Melee's, Rhaenys dragon. I love that. I love the neck and head, like almost like a headdress kind of.
I'll pull it up.
It's good, dude. Look it up. It's good. It's so good. What do we think about the change in episode 9 from the show, or sorry, from the book, where she breaks up out of the bottom of the church and like kills a whole bunch of people and then fucks off and leaves? What do we think about that?
That's not a good change.
It was cool, fun to see on screen. Bad change. It's out of character for her. It's out of character. And then, yeah, see that? Oh.
Yeah, it goes hard.
Red one. I love it.
It goes hard.
Dude, the spikes. I really dig in the spikes, man.
Wasn't there a way that she got out of prison written into Fire and Blood? And my second thought on that is
I'm sure there is, but I can't remember. It's not like at all like in the show. I think just one of the twins helps her in the book, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, I think.
And then they go to They just go to Dragonstone together. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think her dragon wasn't even there in King's Landing with her in the book. But there are a few things I'm forgetting here and there. So anyone correct me. Who knows better?
But yeah, it's not accurate to the source material. I believe it's also like a war crime, and then on top of it, she didn't even like preemptively end the civil war right then and there.
She killed hundreds of citizens, but then didn't kill her enemies.
Yeah, because history books.
That's a massive propaganda victory for the Greens right there.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of what carries them. And you don't even need that. That was an invented scene. You don't even need it. Like they wasted. They just literally wanted.
Well, you know why? They were trying to make Rhaenys more Yas Queen. I'm strong on opinion. They're trying to do that a lot with. In fact, they kind of did that with a lot of the females. Tried to make them more conniving and competent.
Yeah.
And see, like, I don't think I would have minded that with one or maybe two, but like 4 or 5 of them. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Especially, it's like some of them are implied that that's possibly how they were, like kind of like the secret manipulator behind a scene. But it comes down to interpretation from the different historians. But yeah, no, the final scene too, with Aemond and what's his name? The strong boy. Yeah. That was so well done. They like everything framing before the encounter and then after. It's like he has the smallest dragon, he has the largest dragon. He took his eye. He is really pissed about it. Yeah. And then even portraying Aemond as reluctant, like it went further than he wanted it to. He basically let out his frustration and then lost control. It's like he even talks about it's like, yeah, Vhagar is an ancient dragon who has seen war and fought other dragon riders. So instinct kind of took over.
Oh, bro, there's a reason Vhagar is my favorite, since we're on the subject of Nana Vhagar. Basically, like, it's exactly what you said. She has fought other dragons in the past. None of these fools know what they're doing compared to Vhagar, and so like, she can predict how they're all going to behave. She knows how to trick them, like, with just her experience. And on top of that, because of how big she is, every flap would like signal exactly where her location is at all times. So
unless she got above, which is kind of what she did.
Well, here's the thing. She kind of does this thing where she flies really low to the ground and glides. She just like glides.
Which
she
would have to, man. And
she's
it's
a silent
girl.
It's like silent death, dude. Like, because then there's no sound, and all of a sudden Vhagar is there. You know what I mean?
Also, like, real quick to bring this up, Haunted One truly shows the power of Rhaenys and Meraxes during this episode. She literally flipped the kingdom upside down. She confirmed that the leaders of the Seven Kingdoms were unstable with just a dragon. It doesn't really match what she does in the books. And it doesn't make a lot of sense even with what the show has her do afterwards.
Yeah.
Now, like the uncertainty, maybe that makes sense, but like she was uncertain as to what side, if there was a side she would pick. But I don't really, I think if she really believed that Rhaenyra had killed her son, no shot. I do not believe that she would side with Rhaenyra if she really believed that. I do not believe it.
And she's always trying to call for restraint. And like, oh, Rhaenyra's trying to not start a war. She's trying to call for restraint. But yet you just busted out of the dragon pit.
Hundreds of civilians for literally nothing. It's like, guys, like if Haunted One is correct in this, it's like shows the true power. He does show the true power. She flipped the kingdom upside down by killing a bunch of peasants. She confirmed the leaders of the Seven Kingdom are unstable with just a yeah, she's the one. She's the unstable one in that scene. Yeah. Also, could have burnt. She could have actually done something. Could have not wasted the opportunity. These are your enemies. Burn them to a crisp if that's the way you're going to go. But no, I'm going to let you live and think about what you've done. And I'm going to leave and then fight you and die later. Oh, sorry, spoilers. Not make it later. Brother. It's a lot.
Man,
there's basically a textbook encyclopedia of the history.
And it's such a shame because it was a cool scene. It's a cool scene to watch.
Wasted, though.
It is. That's the problem. It's like I'll say something else. Like this is a different opinion, but like, oh yeah, that's a pretty dragon. But in like Rise, not Rise, but the Last Jedi.
Nice.
It's a pretty looking movie. Really.
Oh yeah, the Holdo maneuver. Really pretty.
Yeah, it looks nice. What a stupid fucking movie.
You guys nailed it.
But it is the entire lore of how hyperdrives work.
You nailed
when you think about it for more than 5 seconds, it's like the whole scene breaks down.
Like, oh, so we could have just launched a fighter as a unstoppable missile at any installation we don't like.
Yeah.
You know, man, it'd be a shame if we could just automate that. It'd be a shame if there wasn't existing lore talking about how this cannot work. Ugh.
Yeah, there's repercussions that I don't know. I don't have memorized for Rhaenys popping out of the floorboards too, and it's all for their little prophecy payout. But when you look at season 2, spoilers
Also,
slash
the Dragon
non-spoilers,
Pit is not by that chapel. It's not like it made it look like the chapel's right on top. That's not how that works.
yeah.
Was Aegon crowned in the Dragon Pit in the books?
I think so. Or
Yeah, but they were in the chapel of the
publicly.
Seven Kingdoms. They weren't in the Dragon Pit in the show.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought they were. Wait, they weren't in the Dragon Pit in the show. They were in like.
No, they were in like the church or like one of like a building for the church of the Seven Faiths.
Wait, I was about to play like the set, Baylor's set, but that hasn't been built yet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Let's not get our timelines mixed up.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay, why don't they just do it in the set of Baylor? I was like, oh wait, it hasn't been built yet. And Mago burned down the old set in King's Landing. So yeah, there's not a lot of places.
And you guys actually identified something else just now too. That what you just said, the timeline thing.
Yeah.
That's the other good thing about the show. Even if they mess it up a little bit, like I really hope that Night of the Seven Kingdoms kind of taught them a thing, or like kind of showed them up. They like made such a splash with such a smaller budget that like I kind of feel like House is gonna have to step their game up. And the reason it like what I'm trying to say is the other thing that's in their favor is we get to see like magical Westeros at its height. That's one of the other appeals other than just dragon fighting. Well, why is there dragon fighting? Well, because this is Westeros with magic, with peak magic.
Well, it's like A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is maybe my favorite George R. R. Martin story.
Yep.
But it's because it's so different. It steps away from most of the politics, steps away from most of the like incestuous, like family Star Wars kind of thing. And it moves on towards, it's just focusing on one good man and a young king, or a king to be, so to say. Yeah. And I really enjoy that dynamic. Yeah. It's more focused. It doesn't need the budget of the House of the Dragon. Yeah. Truth be told, I think they did like almost having to stretch your abilities to make a scene work. In some ways, brings about gold. It's like look at season 1 of A Game of Thrones. Is it perfect? Are there things they could have done better? Yeah, but them having to do the best they had with the budget they had. They really got a lot. Like they squeezed every drop from that lemon.
Like what we were saying
that show.
Like what we were saying before the show, when you have, I think it's very fascinating this case example because it's like, season 2 of House of the Dragon did not bomb that much. Like there was criticism, but people didn't like absolutely hate the show after the fact. So it's not like they had all the incentive in the world to try to like with this next show do something even crazier. So it's like it did this thing where like with a fraction of the budget they made such a bigger splash, and they unintentionally ended up doing what everybody wants them to do by like finding unknown actors.
I splashed all over myself.
yeah. But like by finding unknown actors, for example, because now Dunk is Dunk and Egg is Egg.
Or not even unknown, just not A-list. Well, I think it's good to have a combination. Yeah, I think there's value in that because like sometimes like that's how you raise up the next generation of good actors. It's like you're young, you have potential. How about we put you with a veteran who's done hundreds of really good titles or dozens at least, and see what you can do with that.
Yeah, the fact is, Dunk with the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, we actually have characters we want to see win, and they live. Like we care about the characters, and they live. Game of Thrones characters that we care about just tend to just die off.
Yeah, I agree.
And also with all the A-list actors, you don't really want to get rid of them, so you want to put them in a good light and make sure they get a bunch of attention. So it's like then you get a bunch of things like with Tyrion. Like I've only seen the first 2 seasons, but I've heard bad stuff about from season 5 onwards
of what, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There are, I think one of the best episodes ever made is in season 6, which is hard for me to say because I think it starts going like here Draco as a whole, except for like 1 or 2 episodes of season 6. If Game of Thrones follows the same trajectory as Dexter. Remember that show back in the day?
Oh, I've heard of that show.
Like season 1 through 4, peak TV, nothing better. And it gets better every episode, every season for 4 seasons in a row. Then 5, it's like, oh, this is, I mean, sure, okay, it's a little bit worse. And then it just it goes up like this, and then it goes down like this, and then it goes like this at the very end. Dexter has the same pattern. Season 8 is garbage. Season 7 is barely watchable. Season 6 is not great. Season 5 is like, okay, we're kind of back to season 1 vibes now. Sure. That's kind of what they did. Yeah. AC just coughing. Oh, look at this dragon, though.
Oh, isn't that Melis?
Yeah, that's a scene where she's like decides not to kill her vile enemies.
Man, could have ended the entire dance right. Like it makes that shouldn't be there.
And I know it's part of how it works because like this is how history works with crowns and pride and family and bad decisions. But it's like I started counting how many times like each decision that could have been made differently and prevented this whole thing. There's a lot.
Yeah,
there is a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it would have required Viserys to marry a 12-year-old, but that could have.
Well, it could have just been like.
I was about to make a joke. I can't even make a joke about that.
You could also just start with like there not being a succession crisis by like, I don't know. I know Daemon seemed like a bad guy, but like maybe if the king dies unexpectedly, just keep going business as usual. Like.
Well, one thing they nailed in the show, Daemon and Viserys loved each other.
They did
in the most realistically brotherly way possible.
Yeah, bro.
When two brothers are so different.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's like that was everybody. Like anybody in either of their circles was always trying to get them to backstab each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if they had just been cool, they could have prevented a lot of the nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they should have. Yeah, but they had Otto needed to be booted from the council.
This season,
he's the instigator.
Hightower.
Yeah, Hightower.
That actor did such a good job. He made Otto. He brought Otto off the page for me.
He brought Otto to life.
Oh man.
Yeah. But the dude was the instigator. Like Viserys and David, like they could have probably talked more and maybe figured it out. Their personalities get in the way of each other a lot, but they could have. But Otto was playing instigator, and so like he got in the way a lot of times.
Also, Old Man Strong was the best person Viserys could have had in his circle.
Yes, Lionel Strong.
He was
best hand.
Like, yeah, both his sons were fuck ups in different ways. One of them is unforgivable for me. The other is just Samson.
Yeah,
he's like couldn't stay out. Like, what's that saying people are saying now? It's like King Arthur couldn't have pulled me out of that.
But here's the thing: a lot of the other problems in the story is not even Viserys' fault. It's Rhaenyra's fault.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys so
I'm trying to remember in the book. I'm trying to remember how much of the trouble was started by Alicent. Alicent was one of the characters that was less certain in the books, if my memory serves me.
She was definitely more antagonistic in the book, and definitely more active in trying to get Aegon on the throne than she is in the show.
Agree. Yeah.
But Rhaenyra was. A lot of it is her fault, mostly because she thinks she's above the rules now that she has her dad. Like, she lost her mom because everyone wanted a son. Like, she doesn't want to get married, and she wants to do things her own way. The problem is she doesn't understand that all of her decisions have consequences since she's the heir. Like, okay, so maybe she's going to have trouble reproducing with Laenor because he's gay. But here's the thing. If you wanted a paramour, you shouldn't have let Harwin get you pregnant because none of the kids come off as Valerian. You didn't try and dye the hair. You didn't find someone who was
find like you a hair,
like even a Lannister.
Find a Lannister, yeah, dude, or a Valerian. Honestly,
it's interesting how many of the bigger players later are not as big of a players at this point. And that's mostly because a lot of the bigger players in this conflict die. So many of them. It's like the Baratheons, the Lannisters, the Starks, even the Tullys. They all get elevated just by course.
There's this other added thing that happens. Okay, so real quick, I did a little bit more family history on my own family, and upon rewatching this, it actually made me switch sides from the blacks to the greens. I used to like the blacks a lot more because I was like, they're like feeding.
Nobody clip that, please. Don't clip it.
Well, listen. Hey, I don't like it either.
I don't like them now.
I don't like it either. I don't like it either. But there's a reason. There's a reason for as shady as they're being, their bloodline and the actual claim scientifically is stronger, even though they were doing a bunch of shady stuff and they technically went against the king's wishes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Y chromosome for Targaryens is stronger on Alicent's line than Rhaenyra's, because Rhaenyra literally only has female Targaryen blood, which means all of her kids, 25% at best, which means they would be great for making more Targaryens that aren't as incestuous, but they're 25 at best. That's the best I can do.
Guys, also, they could have done it. They could have just showed us Balerion, like a flashback, just one scene, maybe Viserys remembering him in his last days. We could have had Balerion on screen.
Yeah, we'll probably get that in the Game of Thrones movie based on Aegon's conquest.
If they do it well and they have Henry Cavill as the OG, I'm there.
You want to see Henry Cavill in a blonde wig?
Again, yes, I do. For this role, yes, I do. Well, because like you need someone who seems intelligent and imposing and a warrior, and all of these qualities are hard to depict on screen believably, and also be an attractive human being. And he does have all those. We know he looks good with white hair. We know it. We've seen it. It would be a beautiful thing. Also, look at our beautiful big boy. Look at him.
Oh, but aren't we? I have a strong feeling we're getting Aegon movies. I think we're getting Conqueror movies.
That would be
probably
cool.
It's just.
Yeah.
I'm curious if season 3 is when Rhaenyra will be expiring in the sewer. Yeah.
Also, we didn't even. We're not even supposed to be talking about season 2, but like any stupid thing that happens in season 1 is nothing compared to the stupidity of things that happen in season 2. In my opinion.
we'll have a season 2 marathon and cover that as well when a little closer to season 3 coming out. But season 2 missed the mark in a lot of ways. There was the writer strike going on at the same time too, I believe.
Yeah, that mess. Yeah, but a lot of Rhaenyra's character is just, man, you do not have the proper fittings of politics. Like you don't care what people think when you need to, since perception matters. You did stuff with Daemon that you shouldn't have, which brought everything into question. You slept with Sir Christian Cole, which you shouldn't have done as well. Oh, and your kids don't look enough like Valerian, so now it comes into question. Like even if they were truly Laener's kid, it looks bad. It looks bad. Now it looks like you're trying to get
that is a weird. I do have to bring up that is a weird thing though. That is a weird thing too. I've known mixed couples where the child looks nothing like the other parent. It does happen. It's a weird thing when it does. Sometimes the mix is like 50,
Viserys was not 50, wrong.
60-40. Yeah.
Viserys was not wrong.
Viserys is not wrong. But politics is perception, and it just looks like those are not her legitimate kids.
And plus the fact that the show doesn't leave it ambiguous at all. It's like in the book, it's a little bit more ambiguous whether they are or not. It's like it's heavily suspected, and I personally suspect that this is the case with those strong boys. But man, that's some good art. Sorry, that's really nice art.
Yeah, it is. But that's the problem. Like, it's hard to sympathize with the blacks. Like, yeah, she's the proper heir to the throne by Viserys' order, but like Rhaenyra is just showing she's not fit for the throne. And despite the Green being absolute traitors, I have more. I don't know if sympathy is the right word, but I'm more like feeling like I understand where the Greens are coming from and why they want to act against Rhaenyra. She's just not properly fit. She's not showing the decorum needed, and she's trying to put illegitimate children on the thrones of Westeros and Driftmark, which like she's basically ignoring anything of the social contract. So why should she be ruler? So I'm like, I understand why they would commit treason.
It was also an emotional decision by Viserys to name her as his heir.
Yeah,
because it went against the thing that put him in power.
Yep.
It's not even that, like, historically, it's not far enough removed. It would be like they're like, I've heard people talk about how like there will never be a female president, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I'm kind of mixed on how I feel about that. I know I lean towards an opinion that is not popular. I'll tell you that. But yeah, and what AC is talking about with the Targaryen blood, the male blood, and how that seems to be the more dominant and important as far as like passing on the Targaryen bloodline.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Aegon has
some stuff. There's some stuff going on there. Also,
yeah,
Harrenhal is so boned, dude. Nothing good has ever happened there.
No.
Do you guys know the history?
Yeah. Very thoroughly.
Aaron's folly.
Nothing bad. Nothing good has happened.
No.
There.
Yeah.
We can literally see that be built in the movies if it's the Conqueror movies, because what happens like 3 days after he finishes, he builds it.
Balerion just shows up. Hello, boys.
So yeah, Henry Cavill on Balerion. Let's effing go. I think it was a misleading spoiler with the flashback to Daemon Blackfire. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to see Henry Cavill as Daemon Blackfire, but let's be freaking honest. Even if you told an AI to make Aegon the Conqueror, it would put Henry Cavill for some. It would just put him. Yeah. So
also, this is no truer statement has been said by the Haunted One. Season 2 was ... interesting.
I want to see it.
Yeah, it is worth seeing, but it does deviate more. And there's one thing that the characters do that is so out of character and so unbelievably stupid that it takes me out of it more than anything in the season 1 by a lot. It's like the episode 9 with breaking into the temple and then not burning them. I'm like, all right, this takes me out of it, but like it's still cool. I enjoy this. The thing that they do in season 2 is so stupid and also not fun to watch.
Oh.
See, like, it's a problem.
Yeah, I figured I'd bring up the birth scenes. Very realistic, too realistic.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and that's the thing too. That's something not always acknowledged. Not all births are that hard. Some are, but not all births are that hard, or at least not as intense as that. For as long as they are depicted in these kind of shows, it's like when my firstborn was born. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was 49 hours of labor, my guy. That was rough. I was just there. My second, from first contraction to in my arms, is 5 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was quick, dude. Also, I need to step away for just a quick minute. I need to go get the kiddos squared away in bed real quick. So I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Yeah, Draco, I was going to say, like, if you think about how the Targaryens incest so much, it would make sense if each generation became progressively harder to give birth than the last, like more complications, right? It might not manifest. You might not get the Habsburg jaw right away, right? But like, yeah, maybe like complications with pregnancy would be one of the first things that start becoming more and more common, right? I could totally see that. So Kahuna's right, but it could be a Targaryen thing is the other thing.
Yeah, like Valerian to just odd.
Yeah. And Haunted One says making the impossible choice is difficult when it comes to labor birthing. Yeah. The impossible choice is impossible for a reason, man. It's nobody wants to be there, honestly. When my wife gave birth, she had what was it called, like an embolism or something, a pulmonary vascular something like that. Her blood vessels were at risk, so when she had the C-section, one of those could have burst and she would have just like bled out because it's like an artery, and so that could have went wrong. But thankfully we had like a really, really crazy good nurse, and it was pretty quick once we, but getting up to that point,
God be praised.
Yeah, I agree. But like getting up to that point though was kind of a battle, as the Targaryens would say. It's a battleground. But like once we got the green light to just do it, because it's like the last resort because of the artery thing, it was like a relief once it was all done,
By the way, do you know Viserys' first wife?
No, go.
Emma Aaron. She is a granddaughter of Jaehaerys.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and Viserys is a grandson of Jaehaerys, so it's like, yeah, it's just she has some of the Vale blood in her house Aaron.
Yeah. I mean, technically, there is like a demented, like super controlled scientific way to do what they're trying to do, but like none of them understand how DNA works, right?
No.
So you can't really do it. And I mean, even if you did it in the controlled way that I'm talking about, where basically like all the females end up, because they don't have the male Targaryen Y chromosome, they end up branching off with another house, like say a Lannister or a Valyrian, if you want even more pure blood or whatever. But I mean, ideally you would try to stick with a blonde, so like you at least still look like your house, right? But like once you have that Lannister Y chromosome, that offspring is like 25% at best, which means that's a lot more diluted than like the other option, like you're talking about, like the grandkid or like the uncle, you know what I mean? It's a lot more diluted, but what they don't realize is that's actually good if you introduce another Targaryen, like pure blood Targaryen Y chromosome at that point, because then it's like, yeah, it's not like uncle stuff, right? It's not like that, at least. I don't know what it is at that point, like cousin or something. I don't even know. But
I mean, well, at least Rhaenyra's kids with Daemon are pure Targaryen.
Well, right, and I think that's just she flew a little close to the sun with that one, the uncle. Oh, animation overload is here. What up, man? What up? How we
How's
doing?
everyone doing?
Talking about dragons and incest, bro.
As you do.
As you do.
Yeah. Just right now, getting through season 1, talking about changes from the books, how we like about them, characters. Like, I went on a tangent about how I understand where the Greens are coming from and why they did what they did. Mm-hmm. It wasn't for noble reasons. And Otto does want Hightower blood on the throne, but there's a lot of things about, well, Rhaenyra's just breaking the social contract. And that's very important. That's like very important for rulers.
Well, and at the end of the day, the realm, even if it was against the king's wishes, the realm kind of decided who they wanted, right?
Well, yeah, Jaehaerys called that great council.
Yeah. Well, no. Like the realm, I'm talking about after the fact, when the Greens went against his wishes and decided to go for it anyway. Like they wouldn't even be able to do that if like most of the realm wasn't already saying we want a king, not a queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, depends. Like the North,
that's fair.
The North is fully Rhaenyra.
Yeah, because of oaths. Yeah, the Starks and their oaths. Yeah. Well,
like,
yeah.
The only places in Westeros that seem to care are the Reach and the Restorans.
But like, let's say, you know, the scene when Rhaenyra is giving birth, and she's like, they've crowned Aegon, he's king now. If at that point, if she was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here and raise my family and work with Daemon on like hatching more eggs, figuring out dragon seeds, delving into the magical lore of things. If she just kind of decided to rule Dragonstone instead of all the realms and delve into the deeper nature of her family, that would have not only avoided a civil war, it would have kept the Targaryen blood strong on the throne, because Aegon has both chromosomes for Targaryen. Whereas I really like her kids; they're cool, Jace and Luke, but 25 at best, man. It's actually kind of a miracle that they can control dragons, and I'm kind of looking at the youngest now, with him struggling to control the little dragon. Like, yeah, I know they're both young, but at the same time, I wonder if it's because they're barely Targaryen. They're like 25%. They don't even have a Y chromosome. That's a strong Y chromosome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I forget who. I know there's Luke, there's Jaehaerys, and then there's another one. Oh, and Joffrey.
Yeah, Joffrey. I think he's the youngest, right?
Yeah, well, the youngest of the three. Technically, Viserys. Well, the second Viserys is the youngest of Rhaenyra's children.
Yeah,
But if you're talking strictly about with her and Harwin, yeah, Joffrey's the youngest.
Haunted One says, which character build-ups to growth did you like the most in season 1? Animation. Let's start with you. Which do you have you watched? I forgot to ask. I assumed you were in the marathon with us, but I don't think you were.
Oh, no, I couldn't make it. I was just tired.
Oh, you good. Okay, so Draco, which character growth did you like the
I'm
most?
back.
Yeah,
Welcome
I guess
back.
I'm back.
Anyway, to answer the question, it's Aemon's.
Aemond is a
solid.
fun
I love-
character to
Like
follow.
Aemon has a solid character. I just like at first he's the picked on kid, and he's kind of scared of Vhagar, but then he bonds with Vhagar, and then when the other kids are like trying to confront him on it, he's like stands on completely on business and like nah, it's mine now. Your mother's dead. You didn't come first, sir.
Bro, that's
Now
that scene,
he went a little far with
he kind of did, yeah.
he was asking for it a little bit.
I was gonna say that scene, that dinner scene.
Like you my dragon, your mom's dead, little bitch.
My dragon, your mama dead.
He didn't have the incentive to treat them nicely, considering what they bullied him in the past, especially with that whole pig thing. He was just like, I got Vhagar now. I've got a dragon. You can't insult me anymore, and I'll fight back if you do. I'll fight back if you do. And he did.
We can all agree.
Now I don't
it
think
was
he
a
needs to
cock
grab
move.
a rock and try to smash
It's like my favorite growth in season 1 was definitely Daemon. In his growth was that he didn't change ever. That's it. No change. Perfect growth.
There was very slight change.
Like when you
very
reach
slight.
level 100, you don't level up more. You maintain.
Basically, yeah, it becomes an archetype at that point. No, he becomes Wizard Daemon later on. We'll find Wizard Daemon, hopefully. We'll see what they do with it.
Then he was in Vampire Diaries, and it all went to hell.
Daemon is going to be...
what was your favorite dragon from House of the Dragon?
The big one.
Oh, Vhagar?
Oh, yeah, Vhagar.
A big chubby bitch? Yeah, I like her too. They really made her look like they did the thing like where you need to frame a large creature properly and then like make the movements look slow even if they're not. It's like you got to give weight to a creature that size for it to really have the impact it should. That's one of the reasons the first Pacific Rim is such a good film, because it really gives weight to everything. And then the second one's like, what if they were all Beyblades? Man, I hated that second movie.
It's kind of hard for me to pin down the character arc that I like the most. I'm might need to think on it a little bit more. What do you? While I think on it, animation. What are you drawing?
I looked up the Mad King.
Oh,
Had him
yeah.
in the thumbnail, so I'm gonna draw him with the mask or whatever.
Oh, sick.
Oh, not the Mad King. Yeah, that's Viserys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, my bad.
His family makes him mad. His family makes him mad.
For when you do read, for anyone who does read the books, Draco, you have obviously, or at least in part, you know some of it. His father, Viserys' father, is the goat. Like, he's the best king of Westeros since Aegon the Conqueror.
Wait, you mean grandfather?
Or
Varys
am I?
is-
I
Varys
got that
is
meant.
the grandfather.
Yeah, yep, I got it mixed up. Sorry,
Yeah,
there's a lot
Viserys'
of
father died. I think, I don't know. It was some something. He had a painful hunting trip and died after that.
Kahuna, I realize Draco here is actually he actually knows quite a bit of the lore. I've been chatting with him about like Night of the Seven Kingdoms and stuff like that. And so it's kind of, he can fill
Sir
in some
Dunk
info.
got around.
Before
he became a Kingsguard.
Yeah.
I do love that scene now from season 1 or season 2, was it? It's like Sir Duncan the Tall, 4 pages for him. Wow, why is he? What makes him so special? Like, he was him. How about that?
Yeah, he was.
Hey, oh damn it, he already
Can't wait
looks
for the
really
second
good.
season.
Let's see, Haunted Ones. My first answer was Aemon for sure. I'd like to point out Alicent's growth too. Yes, she grew into a vengeful bitch. Sorry, man. I'm gonna say something controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Now I'm getting who is Rhaena? Is Rhaena the black or is she green? She's black. Yeah,
Rhaena,
Hightower's green. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna say something controversial. I prefer the blacks. I'll be honest. Much better.
I did too
at
first until I learned about my own family history and how DNA works a little bit more. Then I was like, oh, even though I don't agree with the Greens,
your ancestors were in House of the Dragon, AC. Oh man,
I don't know. I don't much care for most of the side on the blacks, and I just understand the Greens and why they do it, even though what they're doing is treason. It's like I don't want to support you for more reasons because you're traitors, but I understand why you're becoming traitors.
I understand why, but I also it's partially this. The show makes a lot of the ambiguous things or rumors true. Mm-hmm. And for me, the things that we learn about their son, I really don't like. You don't like Princess Rhaenyra, understandable, but I still prefer. I love all of her kids, all of them, and I hate the children of Alicent. Most of them,
yeah.
Except for Helena, who's kind of just this dreamy. Like,
that's the thing, bro. I like
weirdo.
If you're talking about characters, people, like just not looking at the context of the situation, just comparing sides, I'm going to choose like black all day. Daemon is a badass. Rhaenyra goes hard and really cares about her family. You like all the kids.
I like Rhaenyra when she's young, even when she makes mistakes. Like, they're understandable mistakes.
She's trying, yeah. And but it's like in the context though, it's like, yeah, I don't agree with the treason, but that's where the bloodline is, and maybe
spoilers. We find out that Daemon believes in very late stage abortion in season 2.
Yeah,
tremendously late stage.
Well, his wife did.
432 months. Yes.
Rewatching it when Daemon's wife had the dragon Dracarys her, I was like, wait a minute, she didn't consult anybody. She just kind of walked outside and decided she was taking the baby with her. That's
I do agree.
I was like, I know,
but then that also begs that impossible question again. It's like,
exactly,
just because it didn't work out for Viserys, maybe it would have worked out for the baby here, and maybe she could have made that sacrifice knowing that was possible. Can we talk about Larys's? Do we need to talk about the foot fetish?
We always
It's
gotta
like-
talk about the foot fetish.
It's like I want to edit the scene where like it shows her take off the stocking, and then like when it moves forward again, it's just my foot, my mangled Bigfoot, fucking pizza Hawaiian monster.
Oh, I remembered my character. I'm sitting here racking my brain about it, but guys, it's the king, Viserys, the guy I always go on about. Viserys, the best arc, man. He is just literally physically and mentally degrading slowly, and it's just really a character study on the tortured king, man, and the tortured father. Just I want everybody to like me, and then this is what happens. You know, you turn out to be like not that great of a king, and I don't want to say bad king, but not that great of one. Could have been better, kind of thing.
I did come to this stream prepared. We have some audio from when Laris was watching her take off her stockings.
Yeah.
Draco's like,
That's in the audiobook, huh?
Dude, the audiobooks for the Game of Thrones, still one of the funniest things I've ever heard in audio form of anything, comedy show, whatever, doesn't matter, was what's his face? The older audio book narrator. Why am I forgetting his name? He's super famous. But voicing the sex scenes was really funny. Like undeniably hilarious.
And she went down upon him and
No. Cries of passion from a female out of an old man.
There you go.
Dude,
usually it's the other way around.
do yourself a favor, look it up. It is really funny.
Yeah, it's worth a goog. Might be worth a goog. I was gonna say, what do you guys think of Damon's song when he was singing to the dragon? Did you know those have real lyrics?
Yeah, I did.
Damon sung to his dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, to get the egg.
What?
To get the eggs. He was singing to the dragons on Dragonstone. Like Damon is low key like a dragon master.
What episode
keeper.
was that? I don't remember it.
I think all of us fell asleep at different times throughout
Yeah.
the night. It was a long. Yeah, see, Haunted
Yeah.
Ones, I love the song. Draco, you
Episode
might have
10.
missed that part.
I
episode
might
10.
have.
The Black Queen.
Yeah, okay, so I missed it then.
In,
Dude, I
in
missed the most important episode, so don't feel bad. I missed my favorite episode.
Damon
I
approaches
still
the
need to see
riderless.
9 and 10.
Damon approaches the riderless Bronze Fury with a haunting Valerian song, building tension and hinting at future alliances and mystical highlight. But it has
aren't
real
those
lyrics.
the eggs that what's her Daenerys gets later?
Those are
Am I
somewhere. Those are somewhere.
I know
Those are
they
for
show
sure
up
somewhere.
in this.
When you look
in
at
Yeah, one of the dragons looks a lot like her dragons, and that's, I believe, the mother. I can't. It's been a minute, dude. Also, there was a lot of dragons. We didn't see all of them, but we did see a surprising amount of dragons in this season. It's like
Alright,
because
so
there's so many here. There's like there's probably 16 or so, 20 in total between both seasons.
I found the lyrics, by the way. It goes fire breather, winged leader, but two heads to a third sing. From my voice, the fires have spoken, and the price has been paid with blood magic, with words of flame, with clear eyes to bind the three. To you I sing, as one we gather, and with three heads we shall fly as we were destined, beautifully, freely. So that confirms blood magic, and it implies that they cram ancestors inside of dragons.
Also, the Valerians were just Meldibanans. We've always known this.
No, yeah. I need to get into that, man.
Dude, you AC, you have
Book club.
to read.
Book club.
Yeah, we need to do Elric, guys. I named my son after that character. Well, partially after that character, but man, like Draco, have you ever read Michael Moorcock?
I have, but I've read his Runestaff series, Hawkmoon.
Oh yeah, that's a bit different, but
I have that one, and I have the other one, the one with the red cloak and such.
What,
like
Corax?
Core something.
I thought it was
Hold on,
Corax.
let me find it.
Maybe I'm getting that wrong. It's possible.
It's something. It is with a C, but it's like
He's one of the eternal champions. He's just not.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's not Elric. Yeah, I've read parts of some of
Corum.
his. Corum, thank you. Yeah, that's him. His like Moorcock's fantasy is so weird. It feels so much different from modern fantasy. It's a breath of fresh air. But then, like, every now and again, especially when you read Elric, I'm reading, I'm like, oh, I can see where all these modern fantasy people got it. It was from this. Like, every now and again, he'll have a scene. I'm like, holy hot damn! All right.
Yeah. There's a lot of Moorcock and Lovecraft in George's stuff. I'm not like who was I watching it with you guys when we were talking about Deep Ones? Who was I telling about Biter? Was I telling you about Biter, Draco?
Not me. I mean, you and I have talked about it before in a while.
You were telling me about Deep One stuff and the Black Stones.
Yeah. Basically, they're all but confirmed. They're heavily foreshadowed, symbolized. Biter is probably a hybrid, even though it's not explicitly stated. That's why he has sharpened teeth.
It's like there's even stuff in the main books that, like, because it's a book, it's like basically like Blue Hands and all of these different. It's like basically implied that there's one guy who shows up in a bunch of those different stories, and he is the same guy, basically by a different name in every, like, all over Westeros.
Yeah.
In the books and in the show, they're just like, well, what if we didn't do that? Yeah.
Yeah. What if we just didn't do that?
What if we didn't? Or it's like, what if we just fucked it up like really good?
Let's just make everybody hate us. Yeah. No, this is like rule number. Go on. You can go.
Speaking of blacks, how's Valerian?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Why?
Yes.
As we know, Valerian, the African American dread, we all know.
Yeah. Am I wrong when I say that, like, okay, they have a great example with, I think it's a maester or like one of the council members. He's African American. Very clearly a great example of how you, and even like Lady Mazaria, like, well, she's not like black, but you know what I mean? Like, there's other characters where they're not obstructive with the lore, if that makes sense. It's like they go out of their way to show that black people do exist in this world, which was, I believe, their justification for like race swapping the Valerians, right? They were like, well, European fantasy, herder, blah blah blah.
When I watched this, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. We already got an example of black people in this world. The Summer Isles and parts of Dorne, near the coasts, the like sandy, like the salty, sandy, and stone Dornismen. Like, we've already got examples of that.
We have progressively spicier people in different parts of the world. That's how it works, man.
Yeah. So, but the Valerians are pure-blooded Valerians so they're from Valeria, so they should have the white hair, of course, but why are they all black? Why are they all like completely so separate from the Targaryens?
It also implies this weird thing about the, like, because they intermarry, wouldn't have they just been like, if they were that dark and then the Targaryens were that light skinned, that doesn't make sense. Like, to me.
Yeah,
it's like, because all the royalty intermarried back then, like intermarries. That's how that works. Unless, I mean, that you could,
it's like the Oreo, you get the black or the white, you know.
Yeah. Oh, what I was gonna say is, like, now George people can honestly and innocently ask George why Valerians have Summer Islander blood.
Yeah,
it's like. And now he has to answer that and be like, no, that's just what they did for the show.
That's a show. They didn't really consult me.
They just...
Exactly, I didn't want to put it in the book, but it's blackface. I'm sorry.
Oh, God. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, so that's awkward for George because, like, you know, he has his world written. The guy's not like a racist or anything. He kept, believe me, he keeps all the cultures in mind. Like, Daenerys by herself is all the like mother myths throughout basically every culture. You know, there's Indian mythology in there. There's like Norse mythology. All of it is in Daenerys. She's like, he used the mother archetype over and over again to cleverly, basically foreshadow that she would be the mother of dragons, obviously. But like,
also her relationship with her knight becomes a lot creepier in the books when she's a 13-year-old and he's a 43-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Jorah?
Yeah. I mean, she does get older, but
Jorah was a slaver.
They aged
slaver.
He was a slaver.
And it's like, it's kind of this weird thing because you got to put yourself in a different mindset in some capacity. But even back then, that was it wasn't.
Yeah,
this is great.
Even for the '90s, George, that's a little much. Like for the '90s, even.
I'm talking about in book perspective, not when the book was written. 43 and 19 was wrong in the '90s too, AC.
Yes. Well, I just watched the 1990 version of Lord of the Flies, so you could have fooled me. You could have fooled me.
Yeah, like
written in the 50s though.
Weird change. Like Grandmaster Orwell, I don't really care. Like he could be for Dorne. He just traveled to Old Town and went to the Citadel. Like that's not egregious. Saria, well, she's supposed to be from Lys and pale. That's why she's called the White Worm, because she has pale skin. But I guess take it or leave it.
Now it's just ironic. I mean, it's like calling the big
Valerian.
Yes.
Yeah, but House Valerian, no, that's like just too egregious of a change to accept.
And people still accepted it at first, and it wasn't until like the end of season 2 where people are like, okay, all right, what's going on here?
My sister, bless her heart, she's one of the like non-book readers who just likes the show. She's like, season 2 is better. I'm like, okay, sure. I see why. I know why you would think that. And she's like, I love the Valerians, the dark skin and the silver hair. I'm like, yep, just
that
like
is cool. That is cool.
It's undeniably a cool look.
Straight up aura, dude. There's aura. I'll give it.
The actors are good. I can't deny that. I like
I actually liked the deepening of the relationship between Corlys and Rhaenys. I did like that.
It's cool. Yep. You can do that. They have permission in a show like this to do a little bit of that. That's fine. Yeah.
Dude, every time Aeon comes on, he just starts killing it. Whatever's happening.
I know.
I love it, dude. I love watching him do things. That sounds so gay out loud, but like
I think
love watching him do stuff.
He has a little bit of a Goku mindset too. I feel like these are becoming a little bit like a weekly challenge for him. A little bit. What can I get done during the
He does thrive on challenge. It used to be that I would tell him to do something stupid and he'd do it, and now it's just like he shows up at the show and he does cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what if Kahuna was black? And he's like, God, I got you, man. I got you.
Got you, bro. I got it. You know, I drew which version you like?
Drake, I drew. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see?
Oh, Draco,
have you seen that? You in blackface? No.
Black Kahuna?
No, never did that. Like
cartoon black.
That's a different thing. No.
It's Valerian Kahuna. All right.
Yeah. Valerian Kahuna.
You got it, or you need me to send it again?
If you have it, that'd be funnier.
It's right here, pulled up.
All right.
I'll send it to you.
It might be it's probably in my messages too.
I did send it to you.
Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, that's still funny. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we'll stop sharing that. Let's see. I like the glasses too. The glasses are a nice touch. There we go. We have Valerian. Hey, buddy. Elric. Go to bed, Elric.
You look like a cheetah.
Elric thinks I look like a cheetah. He ain't wrong.
Thank you.
More of a pineapple than a cheetah.
I just wanted to say.
Well, that's very sweet. I love you. Go back to bed. Sleepy time. Go on. Good boy. Don't fall.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Oh, I love that kid, man. He's so sweet. Naturally, it's like my oldest. I'm like, I'm teaching him empathy. My youngest one, I'm like, he feels a lot of things. That's great, man. That's great. Bada bang. That's what they call me, Maji. That's what all the people out there call me. Yep, Daddy Kahuna, Father Kahuna, in a religious setting. Oh no, this is good, dude. But yeah, out of a 10, let's do that real quick. There's other things to talk about too, but like out of 10, how do you guys rate? Where would you put it in your personal pantheon out of 10? With 5 being truly average. 5 is not a bad show; it's just not a really good show. Yes.
I'm gonna say like 8, 8.5, somewhere in there.
If it's just season 1 in isolation, I'm saying
Yeah.
8.5.
Yeah.
That's right about where I'd put it. It's like 9 is really, really solid. There's very few shows I give a 10 to. If I include anime on the list, I'm putting Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at a 10. That's a perfect show for me. I love everything about it. It starts, it goes, it finishes, and it's perfect as beginning, middle, end, like a story should, you know.
Oh, what I was gonna say earlier is I think something like this, like Fire and Blood Encyclopedia History, either that or like a short story novella like Night of the Seven Kingdoms in a serial format, right? Because then he can get his complete ideas down, regroup, get the next complete idea down, regroup, and it's like short spurts so he can get it done.
Damn, Maji.
I think
Maji's right.
That's how he's kind of meant. I think that's what George is kind of meant to write, is these either the really grand overarching encyclopedia histories, because he does all this crazy world building, or the really
what if
short.
he just like wrote a bunch of Silmarillions or something?
Right.
Well, that's kind of what Fire and Blood is. It's his version of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Draco, what did you think out of 10?
I guess a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
Like
the changes really.
Whoa.
If you think of each change as like a point, it can decline very quickly.
It's like there's like some good moments and good characters, and like Matt Smith is an amazing actor, but like overall the show is like meh. I guess because a lot of the dynamics and a lot of the reasons of why things are happening seem, I don't know, tepid is the best way I could describe it. Like, we're about to have this huge fight over the throne, but it's really about Rhaenyra and Alicent losing their friendship, which I guess could help, but I don't know. I don't feel the intensity.
Wrong.
I don't feel the intensity.
You're not wrong.
This Civil War.
We need to get you on some season 2.
I don't mind drama in a show like this because there's reasons for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes maybe they do emphasis. They're putting a bit too much emphasis on it's like too much of this kingdom's fate is resting in the hands of teenage girls.
It's like if Aegon was like a little bit like Aemon, if he was a bit more aggressive for the throne, then I'd probably put it just a little higher. But it's like it's mostly Alicent and Rhaenyra trying to push things. Even then, they can't push it too much, or they may come off as vile. Because like in the book, Rhaenyra fed Vaemon to her dragon Syrax. Like that does not happen in the show. Like he does the same thing. Like calls her kids bastard, and like she feeds him to his dragon for that.
Yeah,
and it's
bro.
A lot of it like has been toned down to make him likable, and I think it's hurting the show. So
okay,
I gotta
that's fair.
It's like it's in the average sphere for me. 5, a 6 at best.
Does it fail?
They're doing the thing a lot of people do, modern storytelling, at least the mainstream. It's I understand why they do it, even if I disagree. All women characters are made better or more either more assertive and dominant or more caring, and all male characters are almost all are made more vile in some form or fashion. And this show
Except
does this
Viserys.
with on both genders multiple times.
Oh, dude, when I was looking up like reference for this, mostly women.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not even kidding. I like
Yeah.
House of the Dragon. It's mostly women pictures.
Well, you chose the right
needed
one.
to be more
They're
dragons
just like
in
standing
the
there
show.
posing, you know.
You chose the right one. Viserys, man, he literally steals the show with every scene. Wait, so is this a wait, okay, hold on. Draco, do you say it
Dude, really
fails?
to which thing, Maji, that we just said like 8 things?
Yeah. Would you
Yes,
say it
all.
completely fails, or would you float it? Would you like is
No.
it 60?
It's not a complete failure.
Okay.
I would watch it because like there's a lot of good moments in this show.
Yeah.
And the truth is, most shows are not reaching an average level of competence in some ways.
true.
So some like
Yeah.
for him, a 5 or 6 might be really good.
That's true. I mean, and especially when comparing it to like a lot of the other garbage we're getting, that is just not even palatable. So here, I'm gonna do this then.
Sorry.
Yeah, it floats.
Yeah, no, it definitely floats. Season 2, if someone said, I still think controversial. I still think season 2 floats, but it's a much harder decision for me with season 2.
Yeah, I'll stay reserved until I feel for myself.
Man, with season 2, it's like seriously, bro. If the dragon fights weren't so cool, like it is one of those things where
AC, you know what I'm talking about. There's one thing that
Yeah.
happens, and it's so stupid.
yeah,
It's very
Yeah.
stupid.
totally erasing characters too. We'll get to
Also-
season 2.
Or like erasing characters, that's almost a necessity in a show like this, because you're adapting something so dense with so many people. They had to do that in Game of Thrones too, and I didn't hate that. I was gifted season 1 and 2, so I don't have to buy it, but I'm happy I have them.
I was gifted season 1 and 2 of Game of Thrones. Man, the biggest surprise though is like, man, they were long episodes.
Yeah, especially
Like,
off the
Night of the
back
Seven
of
Kingdoms spoiled
yeah.
me.
Yep. It makes you like wonder what Night of the Seven could have did with an hour each. It's like,
It might get a bit bloated because they're novellas.
Yeah, they'd have to
But
really dwell.
Yeah. They have to dwell on a bunch of stuff that may not be necessary.
Yeah. Or like dive deeper into things. But I mean, I guess maybe that's where some of these people get tempted to invent scenes. It's just like with something like House of the Dragon, you don't really need to invent a lot of scenes because there's so much material to work with.
Yeah, but they do anyway.
Yeah, they do anyway. Yeah, we'll get to season 2 when it's a little closer to season 3 coming out. Look forward to
that's
that.
not until June.
You can do that whenever. You can do that whenever you guys want.
Yeah, we'll wait a bit till I just need to see the last 2 episodes of season 1. That's 9 and 10. Because that's what I remember. I thought you fall asleep then. And it was 4 in the morning anyway.
Yeah, I started the next one with Kahuna today, and I was like, "What? The king's already." Spoilers: the king's already gone. Oh no! I was like, that's like the best episode. That's from the thumbnail. It's what he's drawing right now. This version of the king, you know. And I was like, dang. Might have to rewatch that at some point, but yeah, man. If you wanna, I don't know how late you'll be up, but like after the stream, I'm down to stream it for you if you want. I don't care.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we can do it after the stream. Since I don't got work tomorrow, so
perfect. Yeah. So Maji, is it worth your money? I would say season 1.
I'd say season 1 is worth it.
Season 2, I'll be honest with you too, before we even review it, I'd say season 2 is 2, but it gets a lower rating from me. From what I remember, we'll see how I feel on the rewatch. Everything changes with every watch, but I do remember those fighting scenes being just so crazy good. Like it's like peak cinema. It's like you know, and that reminds me, this show has a way of like delivering peak drama, like with the family arguing scene. So like clearly they have the ability to do it. So like, I don't know, the rough landing amid the writer's strike. I know it's tempting to write the show off, especially when they make choices like deleting certain characters and stuff like that. But it's like, let's see how bad they mess it up first, maybe. Because they could bring it back, especially when they're feeling the pressure from Night of the Seven Kingdoms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what kind of projects you been up to?
Mostly, I've been working on the latest Star Wars story, the one I'm going to do a crowdfund for. The working title is called Pirates of Rift Station.
Pirate Thrift Station?
Pirates of Rift Station.
Of Rift Station. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there? Would you? So, I did notice that you know a little bit about like some Song of Ice and Fire lore. We'll keep the theme going through the episode. Is there any aspects of any of your stories that kind of are inspired by Song of Ice and Fire a little bit?
There is, but it's like very much later in my plans.
Yeah, I expected as much, like just because of how grand Westeros can be.
Yeah, like I got to start currently, no, because here's the thing. First getting on Game of Thrones, I was introduced to some friends in tabletop gaming. We were playing like D&D and forget like Birthright. Like it was like a kingdom building D&D, more politics focused. And like started out with like, I think it was Game of Thrones season 4. Joffrey was dead. I just remembered. The first episode I saw, Joffrey was dead and Marjorie was like in Tommen's bedroom, but they weren't married yet. I don't know what season that was, but yeah, it was around then. And then I started watching for myself.
Pretty much the moment that Joffrey died. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Very close to that anyway.
Yeah. So and then I watched the other two. So, but overall, the more I heard about the book, the main series, like how dark it gets and how all like the noble characters just seem to like die off. And it's like I was like turned off from it a lot, but I'm impressed by the world building. And the more I learned about the world building, like that was what I was mostly fascinated by.
For me, it's a lot of the, I don't know how to put this. I feel like, you know, I enjoy reading it. I can, but like, you know, even most people can admit that George can still be a little dense.
It's a bit.
It's a little dense.
I have a hot take about the main series.
So I'll just summarize by saying floweriness in general. What's your hot take, Kahuna?
It was meant originally to be a trilogy, and it should have been.
It should have been, yeah. And then you can expand from there, right?
The main story in the first 3 seasons is really good.
Yeah.
You could have ended it on a high note or low. You could have ended it on the Red Wedding.
And that's even with the details that they're missing. Because I know, okay, so I know you said cutting out.
They don't have to answer every question. I don't think he intended this to be more than a trilogy. I truly don't. Not at first, anyway. And the structure of it suggests that it could have just been a trilogy.
I think so he has a history. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of the places he got his start, George, was writing for Beauty and the Beast TV show. It was like a drama, basically a soap opera. Let's be real.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah. So I was thinking about it right around the time when I was learning about soap operas and the cycle engine. Remember that video we did?
That was good.
For those listening, you can find it under our specials. It's probably one of our recent like special videos. But regardless, or Iron Seas University. That's what it would be under. But I think he did something along those lines using soap opera logic, and you know how soap operas reach that point when there's a thread winding up, but instead of closing it, as you close that thread, you open up like 3 more. It's almost like a hydra, you know. I think he kept doing that. He converted it from a trilogy into a soap opera series. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he turned into something that would self.
And now he has to.
Yo,
Jarrod. What up, Jarrod? You are muted, my friend.
You can't hear a thing.
Reborn. Oh,
we're both
it's
pressing
Platinum.
it. Sorry, hold on.
Cool,
I'll
it's
press
fine.
it. Hold on.
Okay. Can you? No, he has to unmute himself.
Jarrod, unmute yourself.
Only he can unmake himself.
There can only be one. Also, guys, you notice I have a Dragon Slayer. Wouldn't this have been handy in that show?
It would have been.
Just Guts shows up in House of the Dragon and kills a bunch of the dragons in the dragon pit.
Jarrod, I see you're
I'd watch
unmuted, but I don't think you're. Is your
Hello?
mic giving signal?
Hello.
Oh, there it
He's
is.
back.
We're back.
For
Back,
the love
baby.
of God, what happened?
Yeah,
Incest. Welcome.
Oh, we're talking George R. R. Martin.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Have
Have you seen their family tree? It's a pine tree.
it's a
It
pine
goes
tree.
straight up. It does not fork.
Actually, no. George is weird because his is actually a circle. Oh, it's real weird. It's like, you're my uncle, nephew, grandfather.
It gets better later down the line.
Yeah.
Does it? It ends in an
it
evil
does.
13-year-old queen.
Like when the dragons are dead, the line gets better when they start branching out.
It's kind of interesting. They we were talking before the show how you can almost see how the dragons, like the younger ones, are manifesting in more unique ways. Like they almost look more magical. Even Damon's dragon, it's described as like deformed or whatever, but it actually looks more like it's kind of like evolved, like more evolved than the other ones. So that's interesting. And then after this civil war, they get smaller and smaller and sicklier and more misshapen until they're like the size of a dog, and then no more are born. So
No
it's
more
kind of like kind of interesting.
Some blame King Dragonbane, but who knows?
This is the height of the magic. I'll say that though. Right now,
It's the
And
height
you
of the
can see it
magic
in
of
Baby
any
Dragon.
actual story that's written. Obviously, Valerio was in its prime.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
right up until its fall was the height of magic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's some really AC. I can't believe you haven't read any Elric. You gotta read Elric,
I need
dude.
to.
There's so it
Yeah.
he but and like George has talked about this. He loves Michael Moorcock in his writing, and
He
like
does.
even in stuff that he wrote for the show, like when they're trying to name Joffrey's sword. At one point, one person in the crowd yells out, "Stormbringer!" I'm like, I see what you did there.
Samuel Tarley is, I believe, a nod to Samwise the Brave.
I always thought so.
Tolkien, the things that he borrows for his world, that's the thing. He's made his world so grand and then so much depth with, the timeline, basically, that he can just like drop characters in there. Like, who are those characters, like Oscar and Elmo from whatever house, and their kid is like Grover or some shit. Like he literally has a Sesame Street. Yeah. So
the Muppet Tully, Grover, Elmo, Kermit, and Oscar.
Yes. Kermit is so on the nose. But yeah, he'll borrow
in the show. He's a badass.
Yeah, he'll borrow from things though, like respectfully. It's to nod to things that he likes. I don't know why Sesame Street. He probably just needed names or something.
It's really funny because one name on its own wouldn't have meant anything, but both names, I'm like,
Just keep going. Yeah. This is literally
but
Sesame
I
Street.
just
Jared,
want a
have you-
Muppet
have you-
version of Game of Thrones now.
I would love that. It's like the count is like, oh, the red dumpster. It's like,
3 red weddings.
It's like, oh, you have like Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island,
Big
Muppet
Bird
Game
is
of
just the
Thrones.
dragon.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Just wait for Lego Game of Thrones. I don't know why they haven't done it yet, to be honest. I mean, movies in general, it's surprising they didn't kind of go right into that after season 8 to try to win everybody back. Like, you think one of their go-tos would be like, go watch this movie. Please don't hate us, you know? But, I mean, thank God they didn't, because if you look at some of the projects, like, what was it? Snow is one that they keep talking about. And I'm telling you, there's no notes for them to go off of with that. So they would be making it all up. That's a bad idea. I don't think they should
It's
do
a bad idea if they don't have a good writer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Maybe having nothing to fuck up would make
It would
better.
give someone else an opportunity to not fuck up and actually finish the story.
Yeah.
Give them a
Yeah.
great
Man, I feel bad for the later seasons of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Like, we're going to have 3 good seasons, and then the rest is going to be a crapshoot.
Well, that's if they continue it. They shouldn't, because that's like 3 seasons is enough. You don't need more than that. That's enough to tell the story. And
Yeah,
plus,
but they wanna go
the actor for
somewhere
Egg
else.
is going to age out at some point.
They want him to
Yeah.
age on screen, they said. They want him to age up to all the way to
want
the
to
end
do
of
a
his
Truman Show, yeah.
life. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And same with Dunk. So it's going to be
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, dude. A Truman Show scenario, but he thinks it's Game of Thrones.
Oh my goodness. He finds like a camera in the
no.
bushes.
Yeah,
The
They
horse is
don't have
fake.
real dragons, obviously. They just have like 4D effects to make it.
Yeah.
Like, they have sounds and smells, and like
Oh my
they're
goodness.
whooshing fire out from around a corner. It's like, oh, the dragon.
Yeah, he's just a
That'd be
pig
demented.
farmer, and then he figures out, oh, I'm like on a TV show.
That'd be so demented.
They build a Truman style world Game of Thrones around him, and he's just a pig farmer.
Yeah. That would
Truman
Oh.
Thrones.
And then they have an
Truman
actual
Thrones.
murder on set, and they have to investigate it with real cops. And it's like,
So,
actually,
like, it's real?
contractually, you guys have to be in costume. We're sorry.
Oh my goodness, dude. One of the characters breaks character, and like it just sounds like an alien language to him because he genuinely just speaks broken common, you know.
Or he's
Um,
just British, and they can't understand his fucked up speech anyway.
He like escapes, and he's just speaking Dothraki everywhere. And he's like,
Oh my goodness, dude.
"Oh, are you from Europe?"
What is he saying?
Or because he's raised in a weird, like medieval way, like he has this weird relationship with his pigs. Anyway, Jared, have you seen House of the Dragon?
I have watched one episode of House of the Dragon, and
Which one was that?
Was it a good one or a bad?
Right,
it
right.
was its first season, and I think it's episodes 5 or 6. I think it's the episode.
Sounds solid.
It's the episode when Viserys' crown, when he's walking he's walking toward the Iron Throne, and he falls, and his crown falls off. And
I think that's
Daemon-
episode 8.
whatever episode. It's not the last episode, but
No,
whatever
8.
episode.
Yeah, no.
Whatever episode it is, when he puts the crown back on his brother and it helps him up, it's like, bro,
That
I
I fell asleep for
the
this
best
watch and missed
moments
the
in
missing.
TV history.
Yeah, every
One of
man.
the best moments ever put on television.
Yeah.
So good, and because like I had been following like the review channels for it, and I was like, it's like what I was like I was not sold on the show, but then I heard people talking about that episode, and so I watched that episode. I was like, okay, the rest of the episode's good. That moment right there, I don't need to see anything else in this show. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Jared,
That scene is so
I'm
good.
gonna break your heart a little. That scene hits harder if you've seen the rest of the show,
It does. It does.
because basically people on both sides have been trying to make these brothers like be at odds,
Yeah.
The whole time.
and sometimes they are in disagreement, and then that scene just proves that they, like, even when they don't agree, they both still care for each other as brothers do.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's-
that's the
it's
thing is like
really
I
good
know
scene.
I know the characters and enough of the plot to know like to understand like what was happening in that moment, and that's why I was just like, holy cow, was that good?
This is one of those shows that is definitely going to be remembered for its episodes and not necessarily its seasons, because there's
Yeah.
definitely a few episodes in particular, like we keep talking about oh, I fell asleep on the one where the king died, you know, like, oh, it's the best one, you know,
That's
'cause,
the best episode. It's my favorite episode. It's that
Yeah.
one.
We're
And
talking
I
about
fell
Yeah.
asleep. I was so upset.
and
Also,
season two,
the dragon chase scene at the end of season 1 is insane. Jared.
I've watched that scene.
You gotta see
I've
that.
seen that scene.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's ooh, yikes.
Yeah,
The-
and
yeah,
you know, since the episodes are-
the little dragon with a 20-foot wingspan versus the one with a
Jeez,
250-foot wingspan.
Jeez.
25%.
And what was it? What was it that was what was it that was falling? Because like the camera cuts to something that's just like slowly drifting out of the sky.
That's
After
one of
the
the
jump.
wings of the smaller.
Was
dragon.
that what
Yeah.
it was? I knew it was something like it closed
Yeah,
up one of the
the-
wings or something.
Most of the dragon,
Oh.
one wing, and the little guy. God,
The whole- I think
God.
even
got
in the
fucking
books,
munched, dude.
I think even in the books, it was implied that the little guy just basically got munched, and there was no like chunks. But there needed to be chunks of the dragon because they find that washed up on shore. They find like the dragon's wing. So
Yeah,
needed at least that much to remain. But like, yeah, I don't think they're that demented where they're gonna like do stuff with the kid. I think everybody was like, I remember when that came out, and I remember rewatching it a few times. I remember how much the internet was talking about it. Like, yeah, it's genuinely kind of like a heartbreaking scene with the kid at the end. It makes a lot of people hate Vagar, the big dragon. Still my favorite. Even
Vagar
with
was
the-
just doing what, like, because
Yeah.
Jared, the history is that Vagar's old enough to have been around when dragons fought other dragons,
Yeah.
and so it was just instinct, and she wouldn't listen to her rider at that point. It's like, oh, we're fighting, cool.
my
I've done
dogs,
this
Vagar's
before.
Vestinia's dragon.
my dogs fight all the time, whether we like it or not. and
I
they're just
think
good
so.
boys.
Well, she-
Rico, I
she-
have to double check.
Vagar was Visinia's dragon.
One of them, yeah. One of the sisters.
And then when that kid was young, like what was that kid's
Aemond.
Yeah. He went like he was like a kid, like
So young.
was in the books, like wasn't he like really young when he went into the dragon pit? And that was his mother's dragon, right?
No,
is,
it was
no.
he stole it. Didn't
Yep.
steal it, but he didn't follow maybe what we would call procedure. He broke a lot of protocol.
That's right, because
I mean-
the dragon was supposed to go to another woman's son, and he took it, wasn't it? But they're related.
It was
aren't they?
Damon, one of
Hilarious.
Damon's daughters.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of them, like, because one of them already had her dragon and the other didn't,
Yeah.
and so protocol would have said that she would get an opportunity
Yeah.
that was
Is-
never
Because it was her
granted.
mom's. It was her mom's dragon was the reason. And so he
Yeah.
just kind of went up and took the other family's dragon. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
interesting because a lot of the
Also,
Targaryens-
having the sapphire eye, I'm so glad they kept that
yeah.
in the
Yes.
show. That was
Yeah.
such a good detail in the books, and it looks so good on screen. It's
Bro.
cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Jared, what I would recommend, do watch season 1. The dialogue, for the
So-
most part, is it's clever and layered the way that it should. Like early Game of Thrones, a lot of the dialogue was clever and layered.
Mhm.
Like even like it's so clever and layered that when Larys Strong is trying to imply things to Alicent and she's too stupid to understand, that him basically laying it out flat is funny because she's just like he's trying to use veiled language and she's just like, oh my god, like just very ditzy.
yeah.
Season 2, I'm willing to watch it and talk about it on another show, but a lot of the clever dialogue is no longer clever. in
I heard it
most
was
of season 2.
disappointing.
Yeah, some of the
I've heard
cooler
disappointments
things
as well.
happen, but it's just that it doesn't. again, the things people like about Game of Thrones, the clever dialogue, the politics. People there, I mentioned this before you got on, Jared. There's one thing that happens in season 2 that is stupid and also out of character and also not fun to watch. It's like they're in episode 9 of the first season. They do something that looks really cool and it's like a spectacle and really it's like yes queen, cool moment and very fun to see on screen, but obviously would not have happened that way, and that's very against the books. But at least it was fun and interesting to watch. In season 2, they have something significantly more stupid that's also not fun to watch and also just fucking why. It's rough, dude. But and we have AO just killing it with this art over here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
My pants are tight. Anyone else? No.
I will watch the first season.
So suffer through it with your wife. There, like, if you can get past some of the weird things about the show, like the sexual nature of certain things, it's worth a watch. If that's too much for you and your wife, very well understood.
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
What were you going to say, Draco?
I wish Aemon was the Green King, not Aegon the Second.
Well, yeah, and plus they changed Aegon in the show, and so it's like, yeah, no, it would, and his brother, like Aemon, obviously in the show is obviously wanting to be king, and so the fact that he doesn't, it's almost like he's too cowardly. I think what he does at the end, of, like when Vagar eats his nephew, cousin, grandson, I think that kind of
cousin's former roommate.
Maji, I would love to.
Yeah,
I'm not going to make the joke that I first thought of when I read this. Anyway, respectfully. Now, Jared, do us all a favor and turn your book into a TV series. Yeah. Jared, I will be the little girl in the beginning. I can do it. It's like talking about like behind the scenes, like of the making of. It's like we when it came to Eliana, because I can't remember her name. We were stuck between Kahuna and Terry Crews. We just couldn't decide. I would watch that. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I'd watch it too.
I think my book would make a good video game too.
I think you're right.
I think it's a lot harder to make a good open world video game. I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying I think theoretically that's true for a lot of series. Yeah. I think in practice it's a lot harder than making a good TV show or movie, in my opinion.
You're probably right. I know nothing about game development other than I like it when it's done and it's done well.
Yeah, exactly.
What I know about game development, I like game. When game
I like
good.
Game good.
I don't always make game.
Game good, game done.
When I do.
No download.
I am planning on doing an arcade, like a game from my world, set in my world at some point. And the only reason I'm even entertaining the idea is because I already know the kind of game I'd like. It's going to be strategy, like turn-based,
Pong,
which saves a whole bunch of resources. I could probably vibe code it, to be honest. If I'm completely frank with you, I could probably vibe code this game, and I should probably see if I can just have fun with that. But regardless, it would be like turn-based strategy, right? And then like outside of the quote-unquote like battles, there would be like an overworld, and that would be kind of like Risk or like Axis and Allies, like a strategy board game.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Also turn-based. And yeah, you just go between those two things and you have like a whole world. And you could save so many resources just from turn-based. Here's the thing. That's the reason like why Pokemon sticks to turn-based so much. It took them so long to get to like the open world, like free battling type thing going on.
And it's frankly not as good.
It's not, because there's a charm to like what I'm describing. And
I like how we're
honestly,
just bullying Pokemon. It's like, stay in your lane for 40 years.
Exactly. Well, and to be honest, I would save a lot more resources with like 2D pixel art or like cell shading. Like, to be frank, the pixel art it conveys everything you need. To be frank, like I love Final Fantasy Tactics. To this day, it's still aged like a freaking like wine, dude. Like all those old games are great, and they're great for a reason. And I don't know, I like me some strategy, and I think that would be awesome. Where you just like kind of you choose one of your favorite races or factions or whatever. You know, I got my orcs and reptilians, and just turn-based like Risk or something, except it zooms in and it's like some sort of turn-based battle, and then you conquer that territory, and yeah. It sounds so fun to play right now. Like, I want to play it, dude. Customize your general, customize your general, name your nation, it's all maps I drew. Like I'll have a world map by then. Who knows?
I don't know. I've been having fun schooling my boys in the art of Halo and how to lose to their father. Been having a pretty good time with that gaming strategy. Elric is starting to learn how to move. And it's funny. He's like, "Where are you, Dad?" Because he doesn't look around very well. I'm like, "Right here." He's like, "Where?" Like, turn left. There. He's like, "Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to shoot you." So like runs forward.
You said you would shoot me.
Oh, yeah, but
Dude,
yeah.
I used to have a roommate before April and I got married. I had a roommate, and
I was about to make a joke about that being your wife, and you ruined it.
He was like autistically good at Halo, but he was like in his early 30s, like late 20s, early 30s.
Yep, that's about right.
He would play, and like he would leave the chat on, and these like 12-year-old kids just rage quitting, just getting so mad, because he'd just like snipe them from the other end of the course, and they'd like all the like high pitched voices just screaming at the top of their lungs, and they just rage quit.
Based.
Dude, like it all came back to it's like it's been 15 years since you played Halo Reach. I'm like, yeah, and then 10 seconds later, I'm like, oh, that's what thousands of hours of Halo got you. I remember me and the neighbor, we could hear the radar bleep sound in our dreams. It's a bad sign, man. We played too much Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Hey, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Ah. Yeah. Throw a sticky grenade.
This show does make me have a question here for you, Jarrod. It's like, because there are obviously historical things and terrible things in the world, and our fictional stories draw from those things. What led to some of the bad things that you allow, like, depict in your books versus things that maybe exist but you don't acknowledge or put a spotlight on? It's always kind of tricky trying to figure out how they do that. What happened, Ao?
Sums up with it.
Yeah.
I can tell.
It's a memory thing, I believe. With Krita, it can do that.
Crap.
Actually, this is AO's version of AC Assassin's Creed meets Game of Thrones. Like, the year is 1486.
Oh, great! You desynced.
Back to the animus.
It's like what is his name in Assassin's Creed? Like Desmond. It's like, what's this? Oh, actually, this isn't your memories. This is something else. Sorry, click off.
To answer your question, I try not to use like specific things from history where I'm pulling reference from, but I try to use I try to use patterns from history. And so so a lot of what happens around war, there are similar repeating patterns surrounding war, and just the byproduct of war and that comes, and the behaviors that follow around, or that come in warfare.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I reference that a lot. And so, which kind of, it takes you to a dark place when you're in your research, because you've got to
Read about it.
you have to learn like what some of the darkest parts of humanity are. And
It's like, oh, that's why the families would jump from a high place. Cool.
yeah. And so like I don't, well, especially in chapter 10, like I don't really shy away from it. I put it out there, and I don't know if Evalie ever finished the book after that, but like,
In fact, he never read anything ever again. No.
but so there are some. I think there's probably some parallels that people will draw between real world events. I just didn't reference them specifically, but in terms of just like the horrors of war and what the like the
I dropped the image in
yeah.
our message for you, AC.
just like the limits of human depravity when that come around war. Like I try to portray that honestly without being gratuitous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think there's clever ways to do that. You like some worlds, it's just not in some stories. It's not gonna. You're not even gonna imply things. Usually because there's a younger audience in mind. But it's like even in other cases, like you can imply bad things without being so. You don't even have to name bad things. Just imply that there are bad things
Yeah.
that happen in certain events. And like, yeah, it's basically what I do when I read Red Rising to my kids. It's like, I'm like, and anyway, he took her to the tower and they had a bad time, or at least she did.
Yeah.
Moving on.
They wrestled.
And I try to make that like specific for the characters that like how the narrative surrounding each of my POV characters is playing out. So like with the Sphex, like one of my POV characters is a different race. He's a of this race I invented called Sphex, and he is kind of at war with other within his race, reluctantly, and because that race is they're much more feral and tribal and honor based. Like the warfare gets especially brutal in that, and so that one, like when I write from his POV, it's more graphic than it is with the other POVs, if that makes sense.
Well,
because it's like
it probably should be. It's like personality will dictate a lot, and for my old Hawaiian story, the book that got deleted, one of the characters, I didn't know if I was going to keep this POV, but he didn't have access to any of the magic that does exist in that world, but his were almost more brutal because I designed that character to be someone who just, there's no hesitation, is able to just instantly make decisions and commit immediately.
Yeah.
Which is more dangerous than magic most of the time anyway.
Sick.
It's like being able to do something effectively, violently, and quickly, faster than everybody else. That's a powerful tool.
Yeah.
It is. Decisive.
So it's like, oh yeah, her eyes are gone. Cool. Not great.
Draco, what about you? Is there any, like, do you have any sort of passive brutality theme, or maybe an alien race like Jarrod,
or some where you
particularly
took it out
brutal
afterwards, where you thought, you know what, maybe
or
we
a
don't.
character? Yeah.
I mean, I think the most brutal thing I've done is I've set my main character on fire, and there's a lot of decapitations. But otherwise, I try to keep it like just enough, like, okay, this would be shown on the television show for a children's program, like just enough, like we don't need broadcast censors getting in the way, but like not like too much, like, okay, this totally doesn't fit for like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like,
And then
so
Arnie
it's
was
not really-
bisected from top to bottom. Yes. No.
I
So,
tried
hold on a
to.
second. Drake,
Yeah.
Draco, like, nice to meet you, man. I'm Jarrod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot you guys hadn't met. That's my bad. This is
Draco
J
Jared,
Rob. We
Jared
call him J. We call him J Drizzle. That's what we call him.
we don't actually.
I do privately.
In private, yeah.
I whisper to him when I'm at his house.
It's not as weird as it sounds.
It's like who? That's the first thing Maji said on the A Drink with Crazy server after meeting me in person. She was like, he's actually louder in person. Oh, it's a good time.
But yeah, I'll be brutal for the honesty of it, like just so I'm not like trying to glorify war. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For example, but the way I go about it is I try to I don't know how to explain this, where I try to like find where that line is where I can be poetic about it but brutal at the same time, where like I don't want to glorify it, but I want it to be a beautiful scene that's trying to convey something and have purpose. If I'm going to be brutal, like I'm going to bring you up close to death and it's like a personal encounter with it kind of thing, and that's what makes you uncomfortable, right? Like
Where you draw that line is such a personality thing when it comes to the author. I've met authors where I'm like, this is more than I care for in fiction.
I'm curious, do I ever cross that line for you?
No.
Okay, cool.
If you had talked about like the soldiers, spoilers, cutting up dragon tails and talking about how they barbecue them. Actually,
like
no, I
more-
still would have liked that, but
That'd have been cool. Yeah.
So maybe you guys have already talked about this, but Draco, like, what do you write?
I write the action adventure series Star Warden. It is currently at 3 books. It is the stories of Sir Samuel Bailey, the Star Warden, his lovely wife Princess Kalia, and their quest to free the world of Ethereum from the rule of the Dark Lord Demos.
Dope, dude. Nice.
the main villain is based off of me, obviously.
No,
Because he's much more
couldn't do that.
intelligent.
No, I couldn't do that. I wrote this before I even knew Kahuna.
That's true. I am a bad guy in Maji's book, but that's a different story. Oh no, it's fun.
Yeah.
At one point, she's like, "Oh, he's not evil. He's just like a sassy water
Yeah.
spirit." Like, I'd rather be evil. Please don't make me sassy in a book. Oh man.
Yeah,
Hey,
one said
you
I've gone
killed
too
that.
far,
Didn't
though.
you?
What, Draco?
No one ever said I've gone too far. I mean, yeah, sometimes I think the most brutal death I've done is someone getting basically got smushed and basically was left it was nothing but meat and some torn wraps and stuff. It was but I didn't dwell on it too long. But I was like, yeah, you got destroyed, but nothing hamburger. But otherwise, no one ever said I went too far, and I try not to go too far since my books are kind of like this Saturday morning cartoon in prose. And so I try to keep to that, just with a little bit okay, there's no network censors to get in the way. We can have a little bit of swearing, not what we get now, but just a tiny bit, just enough that it's okay for the kids, older kids maybe, but still okay. This would be shown to kids on Saturday mornings. Just nothing to be condescending to them, like a lot of shows were forced to do.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that drives me
gets
nuts.
irritating.
Oh, I had this conversation with my wife several months ago, because we got into this discussion about kids music, and I just hate it. I hate it, and
I hated Kids Bop growing up.
And I told her, I was like, listen, Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, Vivaldi, none of these people had kids music. They didn't grow up dumbed down music.
They had proper music.
Yes. Yes, and no one until like maybe no one until
60s.
If you
60s,
feed
yeah,
kids
yeah,
bad
it's like-
music, it's no different than feeding them like nothing but like cotton
That being
candy.
said, there's
I
always
know.
been like hymns that children sang, but they weren't necessarily children's hymns. They were just simpler hymns.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
and still, like compared to what kids' music is today, they're sophisticated, and that trend. But I think you see the same thing with kids programming, like kids TV or kids films. It's like they treat kids like they're stupid,
They do.
Yeah.
and it's like, and that's one thing. That's one reason why Avatar: The Last Airbenders writing holds up so well, because they didn't treat kids like they're stupid, and they didn't pull much. Like they pulled some punches, but they didn't pull a lot, and they handled it really well. And yeah, it drives me nuts. It's like my kids are smart enough to figure this out. Give them something better than this crap.
Yeah, it's like Avatar: The Last Airbender that treated kids without kid gloves, treated them like they're intelligent, and then Legend of Korra has treated the characters like they were stupid. Mostly,
Dude,
They
yeah,
were
like
able to be fun, but still like respectful.
Avatar: The Last Airbender had the fallout of a genocide in the second episode. It's like,
yes.
good Lord, if that's a kids' cartoon.
Well, thank you for clarifying, Maji. Thank you. I consider it the same thing. I'm a sensitive soul.
Yeah, it's just a balance thing that you have to figure out. It's not like today where like, oh, now we don't have to be like so restricted. We can stream stuff, and now those cartoons are like, we're free now. But it's like, yeah, but you're terrible. You're nothing but swearing and
we can do whatever we want. Makes Big Mouth. It's not appropriate for anybody.
No, it's like
You can do anything, so it's just gonna be crap.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they didn't like all the restrictions, but then they went like so far. It's like, yeah, some restrictions are needed. Like you need some sort of boundary limit to like, okay, let's actually make something, and they're just spewing all over the place like a 10 a.m. bender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's some show like that. Half of this stuff was because I used to be married to a woman with little boundaries for herself. But like I came home and she was watching this one. What was it? It was like 10-15. Think about, write it out. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah,
And it's a show about middle school girls discovering themselves sexually. And it was live action. It was the most uncomfortable thing I ever sat down with for any period of time. And at one point, I'm like, honey, we can't watch this. This ain't like, even if it's true to people's lived experience, that's not something I want to see on the screen.
Yeah,
period.
that's their experience. I don't want it to be my experience.
Yeah. It can stay there.
It's like just because I got frisky with a boat trailer doesn't mean I need to see that on screen for all to see. It's a weird thing.
Right.
We need to be true to the artistic vision of the human experience.
It's like Harvey Weinstein's back there. Brother, come on, man. Oh,
That's good. Now bend over, please. And,
or it's like ghost stories when Mr. Cicadas, like having him look around. He's like, yeah, look at those rabbits. Then when a mommy rabbit. Anyway, yeah, bend over, pick up that one. I'm like, oh no. Oh wait, Drake, have you seen the Ghost Stories dub?
Wait, who you're asking?
You, Drake, have you seen the Ghost Stories dub?
Yes, I've seen the whole thing. Hilarious.
The whole thing, whether even sometimes it's just a funny voice and the joke's not funny. It's like, look out, Ted! Like dives over.
We can't be together, and it's not because you're a rabbit.
Oh, it's like, wow, he's not racist. At least he's only 0.2 seconds faster. Oh man, Jarrod, I need to have you sit down one day and watch some of that. AC, you too. I think AC. Wait, did you see it? Yeah.
No.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, dude, you got it.
What is it?
It's the Ghost Stories
Stories.
dub.
No, haven't seen it.
Yes.
It takes a scene from the anime where they use the power of friendship.
It's
It's like they
basically an
each have a
official
part
abridged
of a symbol
series.
on their hand, and they put their hands in the middle together, but they raise it up, and so they say the thing.
Oh man.
The dub changes it. It makes one girl like aggressively Christian, like to the point of being absurd and obnoxious. One kid just makes him retarded. The
Right.
voice actor,
I think
anytime like
I think the sister's right. You are retarded. The cat is the funniest character.
like
It's
you-
like Salem from Sabrina, but like all the filters removed.
it's like, yeah, I saw you beating off Tiny, or should I say Speedy? Anyway. Holy fuck. Oh Christ! Or it's like the construction workers. Anytime they come up, it's like, yeah, just move. Like this guy's like, oh yeah, boss, we're done. What do you what do you want me to do next? Oh, just dig the hole digger. Oh, thanks, jackass. Oh. Or like they're in the car later and they're making inappropriate like comments about each other's, like the women in each other, like your mom, your sister. It's like, yeah, that's a pretty gross thing to say about a sister, especially when I was on her last night. He's like, long awkward pause. I know you're gay. Oh, you'll like this. Look behind us. Someone's on her ass. It's like, Jesus Christ. I can't believe that aired on TV. I cannot believe it. Oh, it's a joy.
Kahuna, you do like you since you like Moorcock, I don't think you haven't read like Volume 1 of Star Warden yet, right?
I don't know if I have or not. I think I own it. I don't know if I've read it yet or not.
Well, there is a Moorcock reference in there. Well, it was inspired by it.
Yeah.
It was inspired by it. It's a Star
yeah?
Warden sword. I called it Dawnbringer.
Sick.
Yeah, that's
Basically,
sick.
think Stormbringer, but if it was actually made for good instead
Yeah,
of what it is.
yeah. What if the sword
Nice.
didn't want to eat the souls of all the people you loved? Perfect. Or it's like what's the name of the sword in Skyrim? Dawnbreaker. It's has a
Yeah,
light limit. That's a cool sword too.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah,
thought
it
that was
is.
a cool design.
you just got to do that stupid quest. A new hand touches the beacon.
It's
Yeah.
like, do I have to do this now? Ayo,
Yes, yes,
I'm
you're
not gonna
pardoned.
lie, that nose was concerning me for a couple of seconds.
Look,
Not gonna lie.
not a boat, okay? Just
You should have drawn the eyeballs first, is what I'm saying. No.
So for a video game that's like tactics, tactics with like a risk or Axis and Allies overworld, like a strategy overworld, all turn-based, what are some things you guys would like want to see with that? Like if you're diving into a game that's like that, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Warhammer 40K Dawn of War or any of these other like strategy games.
I remember when that first came out.
Final Fantasy
I
Tactics.
have the game.
these
I like
type of
I
games.
like XCOM though.
Yeah, XCOM.
That's a good strategy game.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
more
what
like
are some-
What was the Lord of the Rings one where you're overhead and playing playing
Yep.
an army and you have to build
Yeah.
it? What was that called? Battle for Middle Earth or
So
something?
good. Yep, so good.
I think that was cool.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even close. The best group to be was elves. You work on forging immediately, and then you get mithril arrow archers, and it was over.
It's pretty gross. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Speaking of
And
strategy games, there's a Game of Thrones one that's going to be on the way soon.
Oh,
Battle for
I would love for it to be good. I would love.
Well, okay, let's look at the look, the Lord of the Rings one was good. The Warhammer one was really good. In fact, these are like some of the best strategy games I've ever played. So, I don't know. This is one instance when they say we're gonna make a strategy game, and I'm like, oh, cool.
I feel like it's easier to make that kind of game good. You just you mostly have to focus on balance and making the units feel right.
Yeah, make a good game. Like, there you go. Oh, so you're saying focus on balance.
Make a
like
good
rock,
game.
paper-
It's not hard, people.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah, Maji, War of the North. That was what it was called. Yeah, that was good. It
yeah.
was 18. Like, what happened to Lord of the? Like, they made some really good Lord of the Rings games, and then they just kept going,
Mhm.
and they ruined it, dude. It's like Star Wars is weird, like as far as video games go, because there are good games and bad games, and they're intermixed.
Yes.
It's always been intermixed because there's so many thousands of them. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, like the Two Towers was an incredible game, like unbeaten. Like Return of the King was better somehow, and then there are other games.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor, what that piece of crap Gollum game that did that ever come out? Like out all the way out?
Yeah.
The Hunt for Smeagol or
It
whatever.
did, but I recall it got like removed.
It was that bad. It was so. It was.
Oh, it was. I
watched
heard it was
people
super bad.
Play it. It was so broken.
Now they're floating the idea of a movie.
Yeah, dude.
Ugh.
What sucks? The Shadows of Mordor and the Shadow of War game, like I have such a love-hate relationship with those games.
I love
because
to hate it.
I enjoy playing them until they have cutscenes where they just
Ruin the lore.
dismember the lore. It's like there, and it's such a bummer. Like it drives me nuts. Like every time they go to a cutscene, it's like,
It's like your friend it's like a friend putting his arm around your wife. It's just not what you wanted in that moment or ever. Oh no.
What are we watching?
Oh,
This
the
is
trailer.
the game. This is that game.
Is this AI? What is this?
They went for like
I think it's sped up.
realistic. Yeah, I sped it up. They went for like realistic.
Still
to the
better than
actors.
the actual Long Night episode.
It is. Yeah, you can see more. You can see more.
Remember
you
when
can
the
actually
Long
see
Night was
something.
literally just a night, and it wasn't that long?
Yeah, it was a night long. Yeah.
Remember
Everyone's
Arya-
like, "This is the best. This is the best fantasy battle since the Helm's Deep." I'm like, if that's true, that's cool, and it was absolutely not true.
No.
Not even.
Remember when
Oh.
Arya Stark came out of nowhere and murked the Night King for?
Remember when Game of Thrones
Yep.
decided that, what was it? Cripples are the future, kind of like The Predator did. It's like this. It's like, what if dyslexic people, or not dyslexic, but people with Asperger's are the next stage of human evolution? I'm like, what if that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard?
So Rain Man was really an X-Man. Okay.
Sure.
I saw
or like from The Office, how Dwight and all of them, they thought they had X-Men powers, and it's just like, I have night hearing. It's like,
night hearing. Oh my
can't
God.
prove that's
That's
not
the
true. So sure.
I can stand so incredibly still that I become totally invisible. No, in that trailer, I saw something, guys. Did you guys see it? I don't know if you guys saw it.
Saw a lot of things. What thing did you see, AC?
Jon Snow got brought back to life by the Night King,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is one of the most popular conspiracy theories about what's going to happen next in the story, because one of Jon's last words was ghost, his wolf. So people speculate that he went inside the body of his ghost or his dog as he died, which the opening
The
chapter.
spirit went into the body.
Yes, yes.
He warged.
Game of Thrones, so we have to
Yes.
specify. He did
I
not-
have to ask.
did not
Like
insert-
hey, hold on. It's like you got.
Well, hear me out. The very beginning of that book, the first chapter is about Varamir Sixskins, a throwaway character who's simply there to show us how the warging works. And he talks about how many lives he's lived, because all you got to do is steal somebody's body before you die. And so that implies that Jon is still alive inside of his wolf. Why is that important? Well, because what's stopping like one of these others from coming and just like using some magic hoodoo on Jon's dead body, which is dead right now. So yeah, the fact that they showed that, I don't know what to think about that, boys. Do you think that's them just reading metrics, or do you think that's them being like, hey, this is on the table? What do you guys think?
I don't think we're ever going to find out.
Yeah.
I think that's a game just trying to be cool and like and like
metrics.
play on member berries.
Yeah.
Remember Jon Snow?
Yeah.
Remember the Night King?
I couldn't help but see that, and I'm just like, man, that could be what happens next.
AC and I were talking before the stream. What technically in the books, John is dead. What
Yep.
what if George R. R. Martin shocks the world? The book actually comes out, and Jon Snow just never comes back.
Yeah, he just stays dead. Ned Stark, he just stays dead.
He's just dead. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love it. It would make,
Magic comes back,
it'd
but
bring me
the
a
characters
sadistic
just
kind
still
of
stay
joy.
dead. Yeah.
I just can't be bothered to finish that story now. Like
I hear you.
I
don't blame anybody that's like that.
Man.
Read the
blame
Duncan
anybody.
Egg books.
To be honest, you could
the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Read or
Those are
listen.
good.
There's an
Those are
audiobook. It's great. Just do it.
They're
dude.
short, and you'll actually like the main character.
Yeah, he's a good
You'll
guy.
actually be happy to inhabit that world for a little while.
The worst thing Dunk does is have an ambiguous is he knighted or not? Did he lie or not? That's like the worst thing the guy ever does. Otherwise, he blushes around all the girls. He protects them. Like
I decided to play a game when I started reading it, and I was like, how many redheads has he potentially tried to impregnate? Just let's just keep track. Let's figure it out as we go through.
His knighting was 100% legitimate. He did not lie.
yes, I believe that.
I'm almost.
But there's
It's
no
almost
evidence
more
for it.
compelling if he did.
Well, that's the thing, because then it kind of implies that he's an agent of the old gods, and the old gods are in there to fuck some shit up with the new gods. They send Duncan to disrupt the ritual with Duncan Egg, or with Egg at the end at Summerhall, but that's none of my business. Sips tea.
Man, I
Kermit
feel like
Bean.
it'd be more compelling if he didn't lie and that he was knighted.
Because then he's even more of a good guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
I'd almost like it if that was the maybe his master was going to knight him and promised he would, but he just died before that could happen, and so it's like it's not the full truth, but he did prove himself a true knight through his actions.
He did. I think so. If he wasn't knighted, so here's something to keep in mind. If he wasn't knighted, the witness to him picking up his master's sword when Arlen died was a robin and a thorn tree, which is like, long story short, that kind of implies some old god stuff, especially when there's a freaking tree in the Game of Thrones universe. Like whenever there's a tree involved, there's something going on. But essentially, it could have not paid off for him. Like, you can look at that trial of 7. That's literally his trial. Like, if he wins that, everything's forgiven and he is a knight, regardless of anything else that happened. You can just kind of leave that behind and move forward from there, because he proved himself. Isn't it a trial by combat? It's a crazy trial by combat. So he's kind of like cleansing his earthly sins in the public eye, but then also his spiritual sins in the form of maybe lying about sneaking in. But like I almost want him to be lying about it, because it adds more gravity to when he like hesitates knighting the Fossaway. Like that in particular, he hesitates because he's a good guy. He knows he shouldn't knight him because he's not like really a true knight, not at least until this trial's done. Then he can feel better about it.
Maybe. I just thought it was just nerves, get confidence issues.
That too, yeah. It's ambiguous.
It'd be funny if that's how he got knighted by the old god in a trial of Sifid, which is an Andal ritual. So that's new god stuff.
So he's the only knight there. Like if you think about it. Yeah. It's something to think about anyway. That's why they keep it
the comments I saw people making, because like I haven't seen the show yet. I really want to. Was at the end, it's like the helmet thing. When he took off the helmet, and like people were talking about how that's not realistic. I'm like, actually, that's very. I've seen that kind of thing happen with motorcycles before, and one of my old riding buddies, he's seen it up close in person. It's like this guy had a half helmet and crashed, and He seemed like a little beat up and maybe a little concussed, but otherwise fine. And finally took off the half helmet. That's all that was holding. Like
Yeah.
everything fell out, and that was it.
That happens a lot, actually.
Yeah. And it's like it's amazing that they were coherent at all, in any capacity.
Yep.
And then that happens. You're like, oh,
Targaryen
no.
blood, man.
Oh, that was such a tragic part of the book too, because I'm like, in the book, I'm like, man, I really like some of these people. This guy's cool, and then, oh, fuck. I guess he's gone.
He did.
Yeah.
He
The
big
show
dead.
did a lot
Real
better
dead.
than the book.
What's that, Draco?
The show did a lot of things better than the book, like with Raymond Fossaway.
So good. Yeah. That's the actor again. Sometimes the actors just steal the characters right from the creator.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah, that
snatch
and they
'em.
got to flesh them out more, so they didn't really get to talk in the short story.
Yeah, it's really short. And especially like I've read the comic too, but like the in the audio version, like you don't get as much expression, obviously. And so it feels really short if you just listen to it. It's like you could listen to that in half a day, less. It's real quick. Just what I can't remember what it is. It might be like a half hour or something. Not a half hour, but it's like maybe 3 hours. I'm gonna look because I'm curious now.
Yeah, but it's like, man, like Baylor may have died, but we got Raymond, and Raymond's cool.
Hold on. I might have to check out here soon, boys. I have a lot to do tonight, and I'm fading fast. Let's see. Let's see here.
We are over 2 hours, 2.5 hours at this point.
Yeah, I'll have to roll out whenever you go because I got an hour drive.
Well, let's go around and say our pieces then. I've had my Linktree on screen the whole time. You guys can just go check that out. I got a new album coming, working on multiple comics. I'm talking to my brother about vibe coding a video game right now. I just kind of some stuff clicked in my head. I'm excited. Gonna be doing stuff. What about you guys?
Draco, you first. Plug yourself.
Yeah. Yes. You can find my stuff on it. You can find my stuff on Amazon. 3 books of the Star Wars series and a future upcoming story, Pirates of Rift Station, which will be out on Kickstarter whenever I get it done.
Sweet. Exciting. That's gonna be fun. Now, Corpus Christman, Jarrod, plug yourself on camera.
That costs extra. I mean,
This film ain't gonna fund itself.
fund
Yeah,
itself.
it's not gonna fund itself.
So I can announce it because next we go live Monday. So Caro, the lovely and talented Caro Brown has been helping us from the Ripaverse, and our Kickstarter launches on the 15th. And we're doing I'm doing a little get together trailer party here locally on the 13th, this Friday. And we are after that we'll be off to the races, and we've got our Kickstarters lined up, our campaign. The page is live. We're doing, I think there's a pre-launch for it now. And I think I think I have a QR code for that I could send to AC. He could put in the description here when this posts for live.
Let's do it.
But yeah, and it's getting exciting now. We're getting a lot of the marketing, for the marketing campaign. I'm going to have to be doing a lot of other filming, so that's going to be a lot of fun, and that gives me something to do over the summer. So I'm pretty excited. But yeah, that's what I got going.
Sweet.
Heck yeah, man.
No,
That's
but
a big one.
it was a fun project to work on and fun to watch you get really developed and get further and further along. Seeing some of the behind the scenes was absolutely sick as well. For me, something was going on. A fellow friend of the channel and author, Herman, he lost his job not a little while back, and he had just finished writing his next book, and so he was unsure how he's going to film it, or fund it. Luckily, he got another job. But I had talked to him about possibly doing some live streams on this channel and reading some of his books live, and doing that a couple nights this week to try to see if I could get a couple sales for him. And he has a job now, but why not? It would still be fun. It'd be a fun thing. It would be a fun little way to explore and get to experience one of my favorite indie authors in some of his works.
Very cool.
And Herman's books are really fantastic. It's like Sword and Sorcery meets a little Joe Abercrombie. It's really good. I enjoy it. And so maybe and since I have this set up here at home, maybe I'll do that a couple nights this week. Maybe like Thursday or Friday, I can do that. So yeah, look forward to that. That could be fun.
Very cool.
Oh no, Maji, no. Herman went to the ER today. That's
What?
rough. Man,
What is going on with Herman Hunter lately, man?
He is, yeah. The hedge will always live, but Christ, man, that's rough. All right, yeah, keep him in his prayer, fellas. That's all I got.
Oh, speaking of that, everybody send a prayer out for Herman P. Hunter tonight. The head, she's I think back in the hospital. He was like posting statuses and stuff though. So
You're distracted, AC. We did just mention that, but yes, I agree.
I am distracted. Yeah, sorry.
I didn't see anything about that today.
Send a prayer. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's funny. It's like also because we didn't mention it. No.
Oh, and by the way, send a prayer for the hedge. Yeah.
Damn it! You got me that one. Shoot. All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the ultimate Kahuna.
Oh, yep.
Thank you for joining us here. Tuesday on the Iron
Seas, we discussed House of the Dragon Season 1. If you have another TV show, another movie, another story you would like us to discuss, post it down below once this is no longer live. And next time, at 6:30 BST, the Lord's time, we'll see you on Tuesday. Woo!